I want Daredevil to get buffed.
Oh no!
What?
Nobody likes getting one-shot, Mills. Nobody likes getting one-shot.
That's why you play as the one-shotter, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm so happy they finally put a hit scan hero in the game that doesn't have some form of like micro CC.
If you are just a brain dead, I'm gonna sit and pocket my tank's M1, but I know when to press Q and when not to press Q, you're gonna hit eternity.
I'm telling you guys, leaving the world and touching grass and coming back to rank, that's the key to ranking up, guys. I promise.
Why is this guy shaking his head?
If you walk out of spawn and you get value, then it's fine. But if you go 0-5, then swap the fuck up. That's an easy rule. Just play the character well. Like, that's it.
Yo, for everybody watching Mills and this podcast, if Blade players run down your games, it's not my fault.
What's up, guys, and welcome to a brand new okay, now I gotta redo the intro. It's the first time I messed
First
up
time
the
for
intro.
everything.
Literally the first. I typically do okay.
He's nervous.
What's up, guys, and welcome to a brand new Clear Comms episode. Today, we're joined by two special guests. First off, caster, content creator, hot take extraordinaire. We have ShibbyMR. What's up, man? How you doing?
So that's a perfect intro, right? I do a lot of different things. A lot of different stuff has gotten me into trouble online, and I think that's kind of how I like it, right? That's the best part about, making content like that is the hot takes, the comments, and everything like that.
Yeah, I feel so disconnected from the community sometimes, and then I stumble upon your content, and it grounds me. It makes me understand what's going on, because I have no idea sometimes what's going on. And then sometimes, I feel like I miss one weekend of a pro tournament, and I don't know what the heck happened, and I'm like, okay, I need to know, and Shibby got me covered.
Yeah.
And also we're joined by a very requested guest, coach for Swamp Gaming, who is dominating right now. I believe y'all are 5-0, right? Rolling
zero
through
maps
the
lost.
Competition. Nice.
In the hard
Let's
group.
go.
Unlike Liquid.
Oh,
Cakewalk
unlike Liquid.
Cakewalk for them. No
I was
good
ready
teams
to
over
start
there.
talking shit. Right
Fauwkz,
off the
I
bat. I love it.
Best team they had to beat was SSG, and they didn't even qualify.
This is going to be a good episode,
Nice.
Coach Mills.
Well, you've been heavily requested. How have you been, man? How's things been
I'm
going?
good, man. I'm good. Team's doing well. We're excited. New patch is fun. New patches are always fun. It's a good patch for us. Having a good time, man.
Nice.
Can't complain.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so about that patch, I'm going to ask you first, Fauwkz. It's Fauwkz, right? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, Fauwkz. Yeah,
Fauwkz,
like the animal.
Fauwkz. Okay, gotcha. So we got a pretty somewhat controversial patch. There was some Dino nerfs in there. There was some Black Cat getting gutted nerfs in there. Some Daredevil nerfs. Some Gambit nerfs. What do you think about? First, I'm gonna ask you both. One about just the rank perspective, and then also about the pro perspective. How do you feel like this patch actually changed things? Did it change things? What do you feel about this patch overall?
Well, the main thing is it just slowed it down, right? Like the game's gonna be a lot slower, right? They executed Black Cat. I've never seen them do that to a character before, as quick as they did. So, yeah, I guess the community really hated her. But, yeah, so they killed her. They hurt Daredevil, right? And so Dive is so much weaker now, at least in high elo, right? Like in your Plat, Diamond, GM games, they're probably still going to be playing Magic and Iron Fist and running it down on you. But, at the high elo, where it was just Black Cat, Star-Lord, Psylocke stuff, it's going to be a lot slower. So you'll see a lot more Groot. You'll see a lot more Hulk. You'll see a lot more triple support. You'll see a lot more Wolf, right? Because the team up, and then obviously the Cyclops, right? And so that does a bunch of things, right? Because it's slower, that makes a character that was stronger last patch statistically, like Gambit, even stronger this patch because the only way to actually hurt Gambit is dive him. But because you can't dive him now because Dive's just weaker, Gambit's even more strong on this patch, even though he's a little weaker. So it's it has a big trickle down effect.
Yeah. I have a question about that. Would you say heroes then with just better ultimates in general or just tend to be better in a slower meta like this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's super ult heavy, right? It's super ult heavy because it's a lot less about space and execution of the dive, and it's a lot more 3, 2, 1, can we get a good turn on you? And then, both teams have... If you have equally skilled teams, and you're going to see that a lot at Tier 1, then it's going to come down to ult usage and how excellent you guys can use your ults, right? And so that's where you see Groot power spike, and you see characters like Wolverine get a lot better, and low key get a lot better because you can nullify things with just a cooldown, right? And so, and even Sue, right? And so you get characters that have a lot more ult denial with just cooldowns, or just strong ults in general that can kill through support ults and things like that, become a lot more valuable, right?
So one thing I want to... Oh,
no, go ahead.
Oh, well, I wanted to... So you're saying... So dive is obviously going to be weaker, but you being Swamp Gaming is like y'all do a lot of dive. Like y'all are pretty dive centric, right? Like y'all dive a lot. And we just had Trust Me on that. What he was talking about is that the best teams play dive. Like you get a positional advantage at all times, a decision advantage at all times because you just get to engage on your terms. You get to leave on your terms. So even in spite of all these changes and nerfs to dive, is dive just still going to be like the best thing to do going forward in pro play, or do you think it's more there's other things that are reasonable even for the best of the best teams now?
If you can get the premier dive comp, like the 6 characters you need, yeah, it'll probably be best in slot. The likelihood of you getting that is low. So if one thing gets banned out, like Luna gets taken out back, Daredevil gets taken out back, it's almost unplayable. So
gotcha.
So like dive is still strong, but the characters and the reason dive was so powerful last patch is because you couldn't get rid of it. If you ban the Daredevil, I've got the Black Cat. If you ban the Star-Lord, I have Phoenix or Psylocke. If you ban the Cap, I've got Venom. If you ban the Venom, I got Cap. If you ban the Luna, I've got Rocket. There's just so many things you couldn't really ban it out. The most effective way is what you kind of saw teams and us doing at the end was the double DD Black Cat ban in the second phase to really weaken it to try and force them off that. And that's what you would have to do into really good dive teams in order to make sure that they didn't play dive and played a different style. But on this patch, you only need to commit 1 ban to it, and it really doesn't matter what type of ban it is. So you can do it in the very last phase of the game, right? So you can get it 4th instead of having to do it in the second phase. So, so you probably won't see a lot of dive. Again, we're probably the top dive team in Americas, us and Liquid and Navi in EMEA. But with how slow the game is right now, with triple support being really strong, you'll probably see a lot less, barely any probably when the tournament comes around, unless you can really secure those 6 characters and it kind of just like sneaks on through.
I'm gonna ask you some triple support questions a little bit later. I did see some of your rants about triple support and like ways they could solve it. I don't want to go down that tangent yet before we get Shibby's thoughts on the patch, but just remember I will ask you about that. So Shibby, what do you think? What do you think about this patch as a whole? You could talk about it for pro play and ranked play alike. How do you feel about the current state of the game?
Yeah, I think this patch has adversely affected tanks. Right, like if you're in a dive meta like last patch or the past couple patches, supports were the ones that were under pressure, under duress. Like it's almost impossible to try and live against like a Cap Venom Daredevil dive, right? Because of how sticky Daredevil is when he dives and how long he can stay on top of you with Captain America. Like you're kind of just trading backlines, and the team that trades the backline the best wins the fight. Whereas now, when we get into what is like a slower meta that Fauwkz pointed out, where you have stuff like Cyclops, you have more like Wolverine coming in, you have these kinds of heroes that can just front load damage down main or front load damage into your tanks. As a Vanguard player, I know you guys wanted more supports, I play both roles, but as a Vanguard player, it feels like the pace of the game has changed with 8.5, and adversely now the tanks are under duress because you're going to have to play stuff like Groot. You're going to have to play stuff. Hulk is going to come back because you need to contest side lanes, because you need to contest like DPS that are on side angles or off angles. You need to contest lanes again. There's all this different stuff that you have to do. So like your role as a Vanguard is 5 times more important. Therefore, when you die as a Vanguard now in 8.5, at least from what I've been playing and what I've been seeing, it's like that much more damaging, right? Because like if you died on like a Captain America, if you died on a Venom, your team could reliably, realistically kite back, wait for you to get your rollout going, come back onto the point, and re-engage the fight within like a 10 to 15 second time frame. Now, if you die on like some of these more like anchor tanks, we can call them, or main tanks, whatever you want to call them, you lose like 30 seconds of time, which is very valuable in this game.
That's interesting. One of the biggest things I've noticed as a tank player for this patch in particular is a couple like matchups. Like obviously, like Dino got nerfed, so his win rate's gone down. Which I'll get to you both about Dino, but a character like Thing and Hulk, you know, we've been throwing those like Hulk around a little bit. Are characters you would think statistically are actually pretty good into dive, but have surprisingly the lower win rates apart from like a couple matchups. Like Thing is I think his worst matchup against DPS like win rate wise is actually Daredevil, and that actually is the case for a lot of tanks just because he was so strong. So my kind of question to you is, what do you attribute the rise of why does poke necessarily just slow the game down? Is it more just because triple is now like more uncontested, or is it because I always thought like when poke is meta, which it seems like it kind of is right now, that it's all about just bursting the target out and getting a quick insta kill. And so is it slower just because of the types of heroes that are being picked, or more towards because like certain types of tanks now are like better at keeping people alive? Like what would you attribute the pacing of to? Is it just the dive, or is it the fact that like like triple now, like I feel like is just so good right now, and it's just uncontested in every game. If you go triple, I don't see really an answer to it.
So I'll go here. I think the pacing of hero shooters, just in general, but the pacing of the game is determined by what your vanguards are. So if you look at what tools are available to deal with poke, most of the time, like 99% of ranked play, I would say bronze to like even like Celestial 2, Celestial 3. If you're in a poke meta, your team's going to request you to play some fucking bunk-ass shield tank or some shit like that. Your tools to deal with poke are slower because, like, realistically, you have a shield, you have a bubble if you're playing something like Mag, you have walls if you're playing Groot. You can maybe jump up in the air as Doctor Strange and like contest a Hela, Phoenix, or whatever the hit scan of the day is. So your tools are slower to deal with poke, at least from a pacing aspect. Whereas if you're playing like a Venom, you're playing like a Captain America, you're playing something that can dive or has a lot of mobility. I would say Hulk in that aspect as well. Your ability to, like Fauwkz said, stage dives or setup or like 3, 2, 1, go, like that pacing is so much faster. So that's why the meta feels faster. Whereas like now when we're back into poke meta, things are just going to move slowly because your vanguards, unfortunately, don't have the tools to move as fast. That's how I would categorize it. I don't know, Fauwkz, maybe you have a different angle.
Yeah, I mean, the characters are just slower, right? You remove dive from the game, there's a lot less mobility, right? And so when mobility gets in, right, a dive is all just about timing, right? How fast my Cap and Venom can just get on your backline with a Daredevil, with a Star-Lord, with a Psylocke, with a Phoenix stun, right, with a Luna Clap, right? And the goal is to burst it, right? And that's why triple support wasn't as strong as dive last patch, is because we had so many characters that were, specifically Black Cat as well, that were just really good at just nuking you even through the sustain. But when you remove the hypermobility from the game and you reduce Daredevil's ability to engage from range and you just kill Black Cat, right, then you've got just slower moving characters. And so, like, kind of what Shibby said, right, it takes a longer time to come back, right, when you're killed. And so it's just going to be a naturally slower gameplay cycle. But yeah, so it's just kind of slower moving characters, right? There's less mobility being played around. Even a character like Cyclops, even though he has got a lot of mobility, right? He's just slower than Daredevil, right? Daredevil's got 20 dashes. So that's why the game's kind of just slower. And then because dive is less prevalent, triple support might not be the most optimal comp, but it's going to be an easier comp to win more consistently for maybe pros or high elo ranked. And so when you have 3 supports, it's just a sustain war, right? And so you're waiting for somebody to entry kill, or you're waiting to encroach so much on their space that somebody eventually dies because of their lack of space. But that's not really going to happen quickly, right? That's going to be we're slowly fighting for this angle,
okay,
right? And the only way it's fast is if, you get 2-tapped and then you slow ball from there.
Yeah, so
right?
kind of got to where I wanted to next, which is, okay, sustain war. Is that a good meta to be in? Is that interesting to watch for pro play?
Hell no.
No.
Everybody hates it, right? Like that's what Overwatch one Goats was. It was just, you can't kill us. We're going to sit on the objective. We're going to build 6 ults. You're going to build 6 ults. We're going to dump 6 ults. You're going to dump 6 ults. Whoever has the best ults wins. That's a boring way to play. The reason why Dive is fun and fun for viewers to watch is because we would go control rounds or domination rounds. The first round of domination, no ults would even get online, right? We would kill you so fast, and then so fast again, and so fast again. 3 fights, game's over. First round of domination, nobody gets their ults. We would get our ults probably that 3rd fight, right? But in slower metas, you're going to have each player gets maybe 2 ult cycles because the fights are going to take so much longer. And so less things are going to die. So it's less interesting. We want to see things explode, pop, high mobility. It's way, way more fun, right? Triple support is, like, I'm a triple support hater, but it's just boring. People don't like playing it. People don't like watching it. Right, sustain is not a exciting way to play. I would much rather, even if we were in a poke meta, be seeing like Helena more than Ultron with a Cyclops, right? Because it's just, you'll see more things die, and seeing things die is what people are there to watch and there to do, right? You want to kill things on Hela. I don't want to shoot a tank 20,000 times.
I can tell you're not a support player. I can tell you're not a support player.
Actually,
Wait,
are you
a support? So what?
I play
Fox
support
is
and tank. I play support and tank.
I was gonna say, would a
My
true
most
support
towers is
player
low-key.
want a sustain meta or like a meta where they're fighting?
No, bro. I want to kill things, man. I want to pump out a ton of damage on Loki and Luna and kill things, right? But it's like, how am I supposed to kill the Ultron when he's got 2 supports pocketing him?
So, okay, so I guess this leads in, I guess we kind of, fell into this topic. So it feels like the only time that we haven't had a triple support meta, or like, maybe it's not the entire meta, but like a part of it, is by accident. At least it feels like we're just accidentally not in the triple support meta, but they're not intentionally killing it. It's just, oh, hey, Dive's really good. Okay, now it's not. Okay, it's triple support again. So what is the actual solutions here so we don't keep falling back into, oh, hey, we're in a triple support meta again for like the, I don't know, fucking 8th time. Well, what do you think? What's the actual solutions here?
Do you want a quick one, or do you want like, hey, what they can fundamentally restructure?
Hey, we're on a
over the
podcast,
course?
baby.
Well, I mean, are we
Like, do you want the Band-Aid or do you want the surgery?
I
right?
want both, but like we also need to understand that, like, is it reasonable for them to do what we're suggesting too? Is another thing.
I want a full-blown manifesto, start to finish.
Delete
What?
Mantis. I got you. Let's fucking go.
So,
Shibby, do you want to go or?
I mean, I'll just take a stab, and then you can come in, finish the surgery up maybe a bit. I don't know, but I think so. There are ways to make, and this might be a hot take. There are ways to make triple support interesting, right? And it's not the sustain version. It's the one where you create supports that are more offensive minded, that don't provide like sustain abilities, that don't provide these kinds of crazy sustain bonuses, right? Like a triple support meta where one of the supports, let's say for example, right? Let's say Luna doesn't have the insane healing clap or anything like that, but she still has all that damage. She has a little bit of utility and she's got a little bit of healing. When you have that kind of support, and maybe she doesn't have her ultimate, who's more offensive-minded, and you can run this triple support comp where it's like a hybrid of DPS and support, that's where you can make it interesting. But the triple support we see that Fauwkz is probably used to is like Ultron, that's Luna Flake, that's poking you, that has the drone on a tank, that has another drone on their flavor of the month DPS, whether it's Elsa, Cyclops, Phoenix, whatever. That shit is boring to watch. Like, that shit is fundamentally the most boring thing to watch ever. But when you have a better hybrid system of supports that will meaningfully trade cooldowns, that will meaningfully go in and say, hey, I'm going to get in a more offensive range so that I can get more value out of my hero, so that then I'm rewarded to, like, throw heals onto somebody. I think Mantis, if Mantis didn't have her ultimate, and she had something else completely that wasn't sustained, I think it'd be a way cooler trade-off, because Mantis has to trade headshots for leaves heal or damage boost, however you want to say it, and then she has like an ultimate that maybe just gives move speed. I think that's fundamentally way more interesting of a triple support comp, because then you see stuff dying more often, which just goes to Fauwkz's point. That's way cooler, because now you can see the difference, the skill ceiling between what a good Mantis is versus what a bad Mantis is, right? The guys that are getting like 50-60% accuracy on crits versus the ones that are just standing back and shooting body shots and not getting as much leaf value. Right? Yeah, go for it, coach.
I just had a question about that. I think I agree with most of what you're saying, but my counter argument to that argument that's supposed to be more aggressive and offensive is White Fauwkz, a hero that, while most people already considered her S tier, received yet another buff, and then they kind of reworked her numbers a little bit and basically just gave her more healing in like the neutral as a range hero. And we're still finding she's just unable to compete in a ranked environment, despite most people knowing and feeling in their heart of hearts that she's truly a broken hero. And it's because she just doesn't have the same level of sustain at a level of safety that most people want. So what needs to be done to make a character like White Fauwkz, who by all like numbers is pretty like overtuned, I would say, be able to compete with these high sustain healing down chokes? Do we just nerf the healing? Or
I actually don't think that's what it is.
You don't think it's okay?
No, I just think her ult's so bad.
Okay, so
bad, and when you slow the game down, you put her in a poke meta, her ult evaporates like that, right? Her ult's dead in a half a second to Rocket Ult, her ult's dead to Punisher, her ult's dead to Bucky. Every DPS in the game nukes her ult instantly, right? And so a big proponent that pro teams try and do is kill through support ults. Well, White Fauwkz's ult kills itself by existing, right? And so everything in the game just removes her ult. Her sustain is very good because she's applying pressure to you, right? She's applying pressure to you from off angles with a hit scan or with a DPS like Daredevil, right? And so you don't get to deal as much damage to my core, to my Magneto, because you're busy worrying about my Cyclops who's pocketed by me on the off angle. And if you pressure me too much, I go back to my team. So her sustain is top tier. But you get into that ult trade, she's losing every time.
Do you think
about her ult?
Do you like having a disparity between ults and having like different tempos, like Deadpool having like a weaker ult or whatever, but like you can get it sooner?
Oh yeah. I think her ult is bad for this meta, but it's good in other metas, right? When you're getting dive, like in dive meta, her ult is really, really good, right? But when you slow the game down and you add these high damage characters like Punisher, Cyclops, Elsa, right? Her ult doesn't exist, and so that's why. And she's kind of fundamentally an anti-dive character in a way, or a dive enabler. And so when you remove dive and dive gets taken out back like it just was, you're going to see White Fauwkz take a step back. But that's not because of her lack of sustain. That's just because fundamentally what she does is not strong right now, because the DPS and the tanks, mainly the DPS, aren't powerful enough to enable it.
So I know we're getting a little off track, and Shibby, we'll come back to you. But as a tank player, I was under the impression that I am almost unable to function with White Fauwkz in like a ranked environment. I'm Celestial 2 right now, just because they don't have enough healing. How do I get more value as like a Hulk or tank player playing with White Fauwkz? Because I never feel like I'm able to function when they are in the game. Is it them, or do I need to communicate?
Them, right? Because
okay,
they're playing White Fauwkz like they're trying to play Sue Storm, right? If they sit main and heal you, they are going to do way less than Sue or Luna or Cloak, right? It just doesn't heal as much. The power of White Fauwkz comes in the ability to play in two different lanes at the same time, right? Exist in two areas at the same time.
So what you're saying is I need to yell at them.
Yeah,
100%. Oh yeah,
micro them. Oh, micro them. Like
get another
straight
support
up
strike going. Get another one. Right? No, yeah, because it's.
I
like,
might need to learn her.
If White Fauwkz, like again, if you space the map out and there's 3 angles that the team needs to shoot, or 2, then there's less pressure coming down main. But if you're playing a group comp and your White Fauwkz is just sitting with your Loki, you're not going to get healed as much. But if she's off angling with your Phoenix, then you're taking less damage because they have to pay attention to your Phoenix, and your Phoenix is super powered because she's not going to die with the White Fauwkz pocketing her. And then she's charming the back line, and that adds more pressure and things like that. So ranked players just aren't playing her properly, right?
Yeah.
Or they're picking her in just bad situations, right?
So that's great. And so my next, where I want to go from that is, okay, so now we have these characters that can function by just doing basically like the same thing, just shooting down main choke primary, and get so much value from that. Do we bring up certain heroes to match, or is that like why we're in triple support to begin with, to bring it all back to kind of, because like people have characters that can play aggressive and then choose not to do it, or are unable to.
No,
right?
I think the only reason we're kind of leaning towards triple support is the best offensive ults right now are support ults.
Okay.
Right? Like the thing is Rocket Ult's the best damage ult in the game. Every time I ult, I'm insta-killing 2 people, right? Like,
right.
But then you have ranked players who are like, Rocket's so bad, his ult gets destroyed in 2 seconds. I only needed alive for 2 seconds. I Rocket Ult Cyclops ult, your team's been airstrike, goodbye, right? I Rocket Ult with a Venom ult, your backline's cut. I don't need it alive for more than 2 seconds. So the damage boost, which, by the way, I really like the damage boost. Okay? I liked OG Rocket Ult, where it was just the 40%
good old days.
boost.
Oh,
no
I love
healing, no overshields, just... But it had its niche, right? It was really good back in the day with Bucky combos. You would one tap with the Bucky combo with 20%, which he has back, right? And things like that. And then on the other side, what other support has a really good offensive ult? Well, Mantis just speeds her entire team at you, right? So it's like you have these support ults that really function to just win team fights offensively, right? Where you can't do that on Sue and Luna to an extent. If you do that on Sue, I can grab you out of it, right? If you do that on Luna, I get a back away because your team isn't moving any faster, right? If you do that on Cloak, it kind of is a little bit effective, right? But they've nerfed Cloak ult so much that it's really easy for pro teams to kill, or high elo players to kill, right? And so these support ults are really, really strong offensively. And then Mantis is just designed in a way where she wants to hyper-enable a DPS. And when you're playing triple support, fundamentally, you need to turn that singular DPS character into a raid boss. And Mantis and Ultron do that to an extreme extent. He has a drone, he has a snowflake, he has damage boost, which now also gives him speed boost. So there's just too much power into that singular DPS where you don't even need the second DPS because he's playing for 2, right? And then Mantis and Ultron do a ton of damage as well, right? And so the characters are fundamentally built to enable triple support. And so you would either have to rework the ults like Rocket and Mantis ult, right? Which is, I don't think, the way you would want to go unless you just want to take away the healing from Rocket ult, or you would just change what Mantis does, right? Like I've got reworks in mind or what they could do to Mantis to move her away from being such a triple support character and being more into a 2-2-2 environment. But then you could also drop like the role passives that I've come up with where it's like 2 or more, 10% longer for every support.
One thing I kind of wanted to ask you, playing off of that, is you said like Fauwkz is going to take a backseat, right, going into this meta as is, just because of the way that damage is being dealt from range. We're not as much in the dive meta. So how much do you feel like strategies like centered around like Mantis and Ultron enabling a DPS, that is acceptable as part of the cycle of like when we're in a dive meta, those strategies are not as strong, but when we're not, those strategies become good? Like, do we need to change them entirely to remove them? Or is it just like a type of strategy that you think is fine in the game, just not too much? Like it's fine at times, but it's not like it shouldn't be meta for a very long period of time.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, triple support is never, like, it might be right now, but it never truly is meta because it's the reason you see pro teams or ranked players opt into triple support is because it's the easiest way to get consistent value. And what pro teams go for, and what you saw on the Dino patch, was everybody opted into Dino because it's consistent, easy value. It's a brand new patch. You don't really know what's strong. So you're going to go with the simplest, easiest thing that you know you're going to get value out of, which is going to be sustain and just inherent value, which what Dino got from existing. Right? And so triple support might not even be meta right now, but early in patches, you're always going to see teams rely on triple support until they figure out what can beat it, right? Which typically there is a 2-2-2 comp that can beat it. Like if you play triple support Groot versus 2-2-2 Groot Wolf Cyclops, I'm probably winning because I'm just going to kill your Groot all the time, right?
Right.
But, you know, if you get...
Do you think that is always going to happen? Like,
yeah.
Unless you completely cut, unless you could, so there is that the thing that you have the problem with? Is that like kind of like almost using it as a crutch?
Yeah, because the patch cycles are so fresh and so consistent, like month by month, right? That for the first 2 weeks of every single patch, pro teams will rely on triple support, and that's why you see teams like Sen and FlyQuest make that their entire identity, is because it's gonna be consistent, right? Now it might not be optimal, which is why you don't see teams like Na'Vi and us crutch it, but you can get really far just spamming triple support. When you watch T2 MRC, the best teams are all triple support teams because the teams in there don't have the skill capacity to beat it.
So
right?
Is it a more of a player issue or the ceiling of the actual support heroes?
Or a
combination
Kind
of
of
both?
It's kind of both, right?
Right,
Because in tier 2 in MRC, the top tier 2 teams are almost all going to be triple support teams because the player's skill requirement to beat that is too high. Well, when you have that in tier 1, you have a high enough skill,
and that's in the pro scene.
Is it the skill of the player? Wait, okay. How much do you attribute it to the skill, and how much do you attribute it to people like you, coaching and analysts, finding the metas?
It's all talent, guys. Coaches can do a little, but it's all about the talent, right?
Of the player,
I can make my talent meet their standards. But I can't.
What pool of players are we even talking about here? That's capable
I'm talking
of
about
playing?
like the top 4 teams in both regions, Americas and EMEA.
Well, like
8 people in the world.
We're talking about like 20. We're talking about like 22 people though. Like my problem is we're talking about like
48 players.
Like
triple support.
We're talking about genuinely 30 people that can beat it.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I mean,
that's the reality. But that's how consistently strong it is, though, right? Like it's so easy to default into sustain because it's consistent and it's hard to beat.
But like, okay. So, but here's the thing: is it's like, I guess we kind of, because I mean we agree. We agree with you about triple support, but we kind of come into this full thing with your response to it is like, it's actually not the meta. Just be better. It's like, oh, you have to be this good to be better.
Yeah,
but like,
okay,
it was like, it's like no one's gonna be that good to be better.
That's
like,
true.
It's just the meta, basically. It's just the meta for everyone that's human. It's the meta. Okay, like what are we talking about?
But okay, it isn't the meta. The issue is there's not a long enough time for teams to actually get good enough at that. So there are enough teams that could get good enough hypothetically to beat triple support. There's way more than just 8. Right? But
you came from Overwatch, right?
in a month, there's like 8 teams.
Because you came from Overwatch, right? Is that what?
I came from Overwatch.
I mean, like in Overwatch, like we were in like what 3 years of just dive, where they just practice like basically almost the same comp, like all the time, nonstop, and it's like. It's like, but like, and it took forever for people to adapt to anything new. Like it always did, and like I always thought that was a unique part about Rivals is where like exactly what you're saying is that the meta moves just so quickly, so fast that it's like it's actually hard to keep up. Like I guess that leads me to another question. Do you think that the game would benefit from slower patch cycles? Do you think that would? No. Okay.
The fast patch cycles are a good thing, but if they just reworked Mantis entirely, we wouldn't have this issue. This character will be the triple support enabler as long as she exists with damage and speed and a speed boost ultimate and good damage, right? And the way she operates, she doesn't have any ability to live on her own, so she needs the sustain around her to be able to keep her alive, right? And so if you want to change triple support and make it so it's not the default, right? Because triple support will still be viable. We'll still accidentally walk into things like you said, Mills, but whereas triple support could potentially be strong. Because I actually don't think triple support being unplayable is good for the game. There should be an avenue to play triple support if you like that kind of play style and you want your identity to be that. But if you just rework Mantis, right, and change this character to be more 2-2-2 optimal and less pocket singular DPS, and make that character Thanos, then we're not going to be in that, right? Because it's like, if you only have your one cycle of damage boost from an Ultron amp, you're not going to have good neutral. So, but if you have 24/7 damage boost, which is, I think it's 8% right now, right? Yep, 8%, and speed, and your Mantis is pumping out damage, then it's too much. It's too consistent, right? So if you change Mantis, you'll still run into like triple support viable comps like a Luna Rocket Ultron. That could be viable, right? And things like that. But that's not going to be consistently always the case. Where Mantis is consistently always the case, whether she has the Loki team up or the Ultron or Rocket. There's a ton of triple support comps, but the one consistent thing is going to be Mantis.
Yeah, Shibby, did you want to chime in on that?
Yeah, I think triple support comps, when the triple supports require a high level of like skill and execution, are way more interesting, right? Like to contrast the Mantis ones, the triple support Deadpool compositions are way more interesting to watch because the Deadpool actually has to land abilities, he has to navigate his really low HP bar, jumping in and all that stuff. Most triple support Deadpool composition or players don't actually even get the max value out of that hero. And I mean, we could talk about triple support Deadpool. I have a lot of issues with how like brain dead his E plus ultimate ability is and that kind of stuff. But it's fundamentally more interesting.
I'm abusing it ranked. I like it.
Yeah, dude, it's so brain dead. It's so brain dead that you just one button, two button, and you essentially have kind of the same problem with Mantis, but outside of that, when you're actually watching the support Deadpool play and he has to aim his guns to heal and he has to throw the bobblehead, he has to go into katana range to fight with his brawl tanks and stuff like that. That's way more interesting and way more engaging to watch than watching a Mantis like shooting leaves from like 15 meters away, praying for crits, and then like, oh, I have 4 leaves. Let me triple stack damage boost on my Phoenix, and oh yeah, go crazy. Like that is just not fun to watch. So I agree with Fauwkz. There should be avenues to play triple support, but the skill expression for triple support should be very, very high, right? Adam is like an okay example. I think his ultimate is really disgusting at times on like Central Park. Adam is like a weird because his ult is so game changing because of the way it can like bait out resources and how much value he can get. But like the aim aspect of it, like, hey, I have to hit my clusters. I have to hit headshots to get my life streams and soul bun and all that stuff. Like Netties is almost there. They took like the cool, like I have to be mechanically sound and good at these supports to make them work, but they just front loaded their ultimates to where players can hit that skill ceiling, let's call it, so easily, and their ultimate just gets like Coach said, Captain Coach,
Mantis is
the value is too
support
good
in the game.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
don't know if that's
you have your
accurate, 'cause
off.
Deadpool's
you have
pretty
your
easy,
off-duelists
and
play
Mantis
it.
is pretty hard. That character is like there's
Mantis
like,
is hard in a triple support comp though.
Mantis is
Hardest?
not. I don't
Wait,
think
you
Mantis
said Mantis
hard.
is the hardest support in the game?
Mantis.
Wait, are we talking
is-
skill ceiling? Skill ceiling?
Yeah. Well, no,
I-
Luna
I-
would be higher. Luna would be higher, but yeah, Mantis is one
are
of
we
the hardest
Are we
supports
putting
in the
aim
game.
skill like at the absolute?
Wait,
That's
fuck!
no,
In a triple
no.
support comp,
Well, that's-
Mantis
No,
is hard.
The APM required to be a top level Mantis is insane.
I
right?
agree.
Because
Well, yeah, but that's
because
true with
the-
a lot of supports, no?
No, because the skill to be able to go from I'm shooting and hitting headshots to giving leaves and keeping my leaves active is way harder than whatever you're doing on Sue, holding M1, playing in a good
Well, I'm not
spot,
talking
and
about-
making sure you
Yeah,
get hit a good push every 10 seconds.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, but, like,
so
the Grandmaster Mantis
you would have
isn't
to hit
doing
me
that
with
shit.
what's the other hardest support, because it's
I mean,
Luna and Mantis. Those are the only two.
Okay. My hot take, you're probably going to disagree with my hot take. I actually think Jeff has one of the highest. Jeff and Loki, I think, are high. You don't think so? You don't
Loki's
think
high.
Jeff? You don't think Jeff? You don't think
No,
Jeff is high? Skill ceiling?
I think Jeff is high. I
don't.
but-
Jeff
I
in
feel
a
like
dive
there's
bomb
I don't know.
much-
You might disagree with me. I feel like there's a lot of pros phoning in Jeff. Like
No,
they're not really like that. You know what
I mean,
I'm
watch
saying? Like,
Fate.
Like
Whoa,
they're just-
watch
they're-
Fate.
Well, I'm not talking about Fate.
Well,
I'm just
that's
saying
the
there's some
best
pros
Jeff in the world.
When we ran into some Jeff metas, there was a lot of pros just phoning it in. It just
That's
kind of
true.
felt
No,
like they were just phoning it in. They
when
were
we
not.
ran Jeff meta for the first time, bro, we had no idea what we were.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The Infinity
Like,
Stone, Jeff was phoning it in Loki, right?
It's,
Like
no, Jeff is up there, but I think what he has to do, right, is a lot. The APM, because again, like
Yeah,
when
I
I'm
guess
talking
APM,
about skill, right? There's like 3 things that it comes into. It's decision making, mechanics, and APM, right? In my opinion, right? And decision making is positioning and all that stuff. And Jeff
Right.
is really heavy on that. Right, you got to make sure you're in the right spot. You got to make sure you're healing, damaging the right thing. You can cancel ult, so you have good. You can make good decisions with your ult. But your APM is not going to be high on Jeff, right? The mechanics it takes to execute that character is not high. Mantis it requires a lot. And Coach, I saw you disagree with me. I'd like to hear what your thoughts on why you think Mantis is easy. But the reason I think Mantis is difficult is because one, I need my Mantis hitting headshots, right? So I have leaves all the time, and you need to be going all the time. It's shooting and giving leaves, and you got to weave it in, or else it's very like I'm shoot, I'm giving leaves. I'm shoot. No, it's got to be consistently a nice flow, and then you're really on the gas on that.
Because I think I've talked to a lot of different pros, and they all have different opinions. I think Kurova had, of course, Adam. I mean, he's biased, but he thinks Adam is the hardest one to play. He said
Kurova to
but
shut the fuck up, Kurova.
it's the same. Aren't they the same though? Like both the characters, like APM wise. Well, I guess not APM because you don't have to keep things active as much.
Yeah.
Some of that it just feels like it's. I don't know.
No,
APM for APM's sake. I don't know. How
The
to
only
describe
reason
it.
you would
It's
say Adam is if you're talking about aim, but I think that like Luna it's more important to aim well on Luna than it is on Adam. because I don't need to aim my heals on Adam. I just need to hit headshots or right clicks and things like that. So no, I don't think there's any world where Adam's even close to the most difficult.
Tangent. Who do you think is the top 3 highest skill ceiling characters in the entire game?
Cap, Luna,
Spider-Man,
Luna.
Wait.
Psylocke.
Cap, Luna, Psylocke.
Cap, Luna, Psylocke.
Why is
Top
Why-
3 skill ceiling.
Are
What
you
about,
saying for
what
pro
about
player or are you
characters
saying
like
for the game entirely?
What about characters like
what
about characters like Spider-Man and Hulk and stuff like that? No.
Nah, bro.
No.
Okay, Hulk.
Okay.
Yeah, Hulk.
Not
should be
Spider-Man? You don't
Hulk
think
should be
Spider-Man
up
has
there,
an
but
extremely
Cap's
high ceiling?
Cap's the hardest tank in the game. Cap's got a lot of tech. He's got a lot of mechanics. He's got
That's
a
not
lot
the
of
thing? No, I'm
he's
just
got a
kidding.
lot of
I'm
movement,
kidding.
right? Luna's by far the hardest support, or Mantis, right? And then the hardest DPS is either going to be Psylocke or Star-Lord. It's going to be a macro-heavy
Star-Lord.
character with a lot of decision making and a lot of aim requirement and a lot of cooldown decisions, right? So those 2 DPS are probably the hardest. Cap is
I should have
probably
brought Light in. That'd be
the
fun.
hardest.
I should've
Yeah,
brought it.
and then I'd say Luna or Mantis. Those are probably the hardest characters in the game, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Oh,
I guess
doesn't-
I don't really put that much stock in aim skill, to be honest with you. I
Yeah,
feel
neither
like
do I.
at a certain level, everyone should have it. Like it's
Yeah,
just like
neither
everyone
do
should
I.
have
But
the
I
same.
think it's an element of it, and so I think it shouldn't be like Daredevil's one of the hardest characters in the game.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of aim skill required to play him, but the APM's insane, the decision making's insane. But it's the exact same thing as Psylocke and Star-Lord, just with aim. So I'd give them the edge.
Interesting. Interesting.
Right? So, and then Cap, the skill ceiling of Cap is disgusting, right? Like the things you see, trust me, Krasmang and Paulie do on that character is not like your one above all ranked.
Yeah.
It's
Cap
not
in
easily
America. So
replicatable.
you're one shotting 300 HP characters in half a second.
How do you feel about like Rogue? Where do you put her?
Up there, Rogue
Up
is
there?
Rogue is
She's
dope.
high.
Rogue is dope. Well, she not
Rogue was
really.
my hardest tank, personally.
Rogue is hard and Rogue is really fun, and she's a good character to be strong, which I think she is right now. But she's probably a little lower than some of the main tanks. I think main tanks are generally a little harder.
Interesting. Okay.
What are your hardest 3, Shib?
Yeah, I was gonna throw Rogue. See, I put Spider-Man as DPS just because the tech requirement is very, very, very.
Yeah, what do you get
high.
Spider-Man?
It's
You know
not that hard.
he's hard.
It's not that hard. No, it's not
so-
that hard.
okay.
We're
Do
talking
you
about
think-
the
do you
ceiling
think-
here, though. Like the absolute ceiling.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not that-
this
nah.
is where I dig into Fox's brain and say, do you think half of the combos that Spider-Man does is more flashy rather
They're all
than
auto lock. They're all auto lock.
Yeah. See, that's
Right?
okay. So I get what he's saying.
The only tech with Spider-Man is making sure that you have the swing down to be able to go into the swing into the down slam. If you know how to do that, you're kind of unlocked on the character.
Bro,
Yeah,
I've
but
been
that's
saying
not the
this for
ceiling,
months.
though. Like that's like level 1 on every Spider-Man. Like,
yeah,
you can't...
but the ceiling doesn't go up that much higher from there because all you got to do is hit a tracer, and
Spider-Man's
then everything
fake
else
hard.
is auto lock.
Fake card? Really?
Oh, I don't know about
Fake
fake
card.
card.
This is
But, like,
this is interesting. I'm very
He's
curious
I've
what the
been saying
comments are
that for
going to
He's
be.
the
years.
most fake hard character in the game. He's the most fake hard character in the game. He's
Yep.
not that hard. There's not that much tech. It really isn't. He's
Spider-Man-
got two combos. One of them is hard.
I'm
which
not
is
even
a
talking
swing
about
combo,
his
and the other
tech.
one's auto lock.
I mainly just think about the
I'm
freedom
with Coach,
of
bro.
movement.
No, I'm with
No,
Captain
and you
Coach,
also- like,
bro.
hit-
No,
That was
you
my
know
first
ball,
name.
bro.
Hit-
Yeah, you
Spider-Man was
know
my
ball,
first
bro.
name.
Hitting tracers aren't like consistently is not the easiest thing in
It's
the
a
world.
projectile. Everybody
And
does
they're
it.
they're always right in front of you too. A lot of times,
Yeah.
so you just like weave it in
You
your
got,
combos.
you got
get,
five.
Like, free
you
ones.
miss four.
Yeah.
You hit one. You
We're
still hit the
talking
combo.
about the ceiling, though.
I know,
like, the
but
ceiling
We're
is
talking
you
about
don't
things
miss-
like hydro combo, like. But you, Fox, you believe that stuff is like unnecessary to get the value out of Spider-Man. That's
Yeah, I
necessary
think
to-
that's
I
just
see.
TikTok.
Okay, I can
I think that's
understand
just
that.
TikTok
Yeah.
stuff. I don't think that's
I
actually.
can
I
see
don't
that.
think that's valuable. Like all these
Yeah.
ranked
I can
Spider-Mans
see
or
that.
whatever. Like for example, okay, if we ever actually ran into a Spider-Man meta, Mellow or Energy would be the two best Spider-Mans in the world probably. Or let's throw like Tanuki in there or something like that, right? They would be the three best. You wouldn't see them doing any of that nonsense.
They would just do
They
the
wouldn't
bread and
do
butter,
any of
like
that nonsense.
fundamental.
They would be
yeah.
playing Spider-Man at a higher level than everybody else, and they would be doing the basic stuff that you get consistent value out of, and that's skill ceiling. But they would do it with good decision making, with good timing, and good pathing. Okay, that's what skill is. Okay, doing all this TikTok nonsense and like
Yeah.
this is
Right.
how you one shot 350 on Spider-Man.
Well, I guess
I don't
there
care.
There has to be like a differential too, because like there are some characters that there's techs that you can technically do on the character that are actually like not needed at all. Like like a lot of like the Hulk bunny jumping. I think that's a big one. It's like there's some creators
that's
that make-
necessary though.
Well, yeah, but like how do I put it?
To
whether
get
you
back-
do it or
The
not,
amount of times Krasmang lives because he's bunny hopping
bunny
on Hulk.
hopping.
versus
Or
like
cart
these other
lover
Hulks that have no hands, like Vinny and
chases,
Crimzo.
yeah.
They like you need to be able to b-hop on that character.
Well, I guess like I'm trying to think of like an example,
So,
like some lineup stuff, like some rollout stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something.
Yeah, but that's
I
all
mean, Venom-
pre-made, right?
like text.
yeah.
Is Spider-Man the
Mills,
only
you can
example?
figure all that out in one ranked session, bro.
Well, yeah, but like, is Spider-Man the only example of character, like a character that has it has
Venom.
a workshop, there's things that you can do that don't actually matter, like things you can learn that they're not going to increase your value, but they are like technically increasing the skill ceiling of the character.
Cat
it's
was
more you
kind of
can
one.
learn.
Cat was kind of one last patch.
But looking flashy shouldn't equate to, oh, this character is harder. All of Captain America's tech is necessary to get the value that you need from him. You're not going to, if you watch like a One Above All or like an Eternity Captain America versus the pro players ones, the time to kill is fundamentally lower on them because they're auto-canceling something, or they're not shield throwing correctly, or they're not, comboing their dash into slam or slam dash out, all that kind of stuff. Like Captain America's tech, and I know all the Spider-Man players in your comments would be like, well, Captain America has like, all of his shit is necessary to get the value that he needs.
It's also practical. That's the important thing.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
practical to do certain techs. Spider-Man might be one of the... I'm trying to think of like who else would be on that list. Venom would, but Venom's swing tech is really necessary.
So, do you think Spider-Man is low skill ceiling wise, or you just think
No,
he's
he's
not
like
as
mid.
high?
No,
he's like
no,
mid.
no.
Like, what about him versus Daredevil?
Oh, Daredevil's way harder.
Really?
Daredevil's
harder.
harder because
about
you
him
have
versus
to juggle your
Magic?
flames and stuff.
Spider-Man's probably harder.
Interesting. Okay, I'm just trying to get a range of where you actually
Yeah.
think his skill ceiling is.
Well, yeah, Magic is so simple, like so simple, that you're really it's just about timing and then who you're fighting and when, right? There's not a
Right.
lot of tech
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Magic. There's a
Yeah.
decent APM, right? But if you learn the combos, which they're practical combos, right, then you're good. But that's going to take, I don't know, 10 hours, 10, 15 hours.
Like
So-
one-shotting through the Luna ultimate, stuff like that. Like the good Magics, the really, really good
Yeah.
ones can do that.
So-
But
Okay, interesting.
Do we want to go back to the? We went off on a way tangent.
Well,
away
we went
from
on a
triple
big
support.
tangent, but I'm gonna bring this all back to the new hero.
My bad.
No, it's all good. I want to talk about the new hero. I want to talk about Cyclops. What is people's? I want to go through every single person. I'm gonna start with you, Shibby. First impressions of the character. How you feel about the design of the character? How you feel about the power level of the character? And is this like 1 to 10? Give me a 1 to 10 scale of like the release of Cyclops. So yeah.
if 10 is like release Elsa, maybe Cyclops is like
No, not power level. Like 1 to 10 as far as like how much you like it type release. Yeah, not power level. Not power
I
level.
mean, I'm like a tank player and support player, so I don't love Cyclops. If I'm
Fuck it,
unbiased,
he should have been a tank 1. yeah.
I think a lot of people are complaining about like his design.
Yes.
I think he's cool. Like I don't know what they expected for a laser character to fucking be. First of all, like I don't know what they expected. I
Thank
think
gosh, it's not Emma.
his ability to off angle and get out of off angles is the best in the game, right? Because he has the omnidirectional laser stuff where he can like zip around corners. Like you're gonna see, like right now we don't see it, but by the time Fauwkz probably enters playoffs with Swamp Gaming, the Cyclops in pro play, like once they understand what map they're on, they're gonna be like zipping around the fucking map terrain crazy and like, oh, you're gonna think you have a kill angle on a Cyclops. Oh, he's out of position, he's gone, and like that's cool design and that's cool to watch. It's not cool for me when I'm fucking jumping on him as Hulk and he's halfway around the goddamn map and I'm like, all right, man, I guess I'm
You got
done,
outplayed,
so.
man.
Yeah, I got outplayed. I got outskilled, bro. Like, I got outskilled, bro.
duh.
Let's go. Okay, so 1
Like
to
an
10.
A. I think
is
an
it
A.
an
I think like an A. He's cool. I think he's
Yeah,
cool.
he's
I don't.
cool. Okay.
People are bitching about him, but I think he's not like Elsa or anything. He's fucking. He's an A.
What
He's
is
cool.
this?
He's just annoying.
Shibby, you just railed him the entire time. You give him an 8?
No,
What is-
he's
what-
cool.
what
He's
is
cool.
this? What
I
is
think
this,
he's
bro?
cool.
Yeah,
I'm unbiased.
The character doesn't have
He
feelings. bro.
shoots
You can say
lasers. He's
4.
fucking cool. No,
You could say 4, bro.
Okay, what about you, Fauwkz? Well, what about you?
No,
before we do-
I could go last. I've been yapping the most. Go
Okay,
ahead.
okay, Cat. What do you think? What do you think?
I just want to say I'm so happy they finally put a hit scan hero in the game that doesn't have some form of like micro CC.
yeah,
That alone makes him actually feel balanced, even though he's clearly overpowered. Like I think this character is busted, but not as busted as some of the releases we've seen. I agree with you, Shibby. just the CC that Elsa had alone just made her so frustrating. When you can CC someone and also kill them full to dead, I actually feel like with Cyclops, doesn't feel that bad to play against because there's counterplay. I can jump out of his ultimate, which is, it's pretty freaking easy to aim. It's pretty massive. But like you can still, if like the Cyclops isn't playing well, you can jump out of it. You can use mobility spells. There's a timing window, so it kind of encourages him to like combo it. To me, actually, I think overtuned, but I like his design. I think he's a cool hero, good addition to the game. Oh, my of what how good he is.
How much you like him?
How good the release
Oh,
is.
how much I like him. So I was actually playing him in quick plays, which I don't normally do.
Let's go.
Coach running down quick play game.
Back
on the green monster.
I was gonna say it was because I played 2 ranked games that night. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking done ranked for the night. We're doing quick plays, boy. It came from a rage quit is why I played him. But yeah, 8 as well. Actually, I actually really like him. He's fun.
I guess I'll go before you, Fauwkz, because you want to go last. Yeah. So this season or this patch, I completely dropped tanking. I said fuck tanking. I'm gonna just play only Pokeslop. That's all I've been playing, mainly Cyclops.
Yeah, that's all I've seen you play.
This character feels fucking great. Like he's easy to aim with, like way easier than Jean. I think it has to do with the ticks, or maybe it's I don't know. Is the actual hitbox of it bigger?
It's the whip.
Yeah, it just feels fucking easy to hit. Like I can't miss on this character. He's like simple in the right ways, but he's still stimulating. I don't know what it is. It's like he's still I'm getting engaged. I'm getting the dopamine from the pressing my E, but it's like I'm not having to think too much. I'm not having to do what you're talking about on Mantis, which is like perfectly balancing like all this shit, like like I'm in an orchestra. I just get to stand in an off angle and just shoot people. I think that the character, if I'm talking about power level of the character, to me he seems very strong. Like he gets to stand among some of the best characters in the game, but I don't think he's anywhere near the tier of like release Elsa or release Jean. Like he's not to that level. For the most part, I would say he's probably balanced, unless you give him Mantis Ultron. Then I think the character's fucking absurd. It's really once again, it's a triple support problem, but I do think that the character is a little bit too strong when you perfectly enable him, because he just doesn't have any vulnerabilities when he has that level of pocket. But yeah, I'm loving. Hey, 3, 2, 1, rocket amp. Cyclops will kill everything. It's fucking great. It's a good time.
Destroy everything. Yeah,
it's a real good time.
So busted.
So if I'm giving it a review, 10 out of fucking 10 buff this character, because I like to play him. Anyways, yeah.
Mills just call every single hit scam player dog shit and say your role is easy. That's all I heard, bro.
Yeah,
that's all I heard.
I without your pocket.
Mills just turned into a rage baiter.
I got in a fight with someone on X.
That's
and
all
I was
heard,
like,
Captain Coach, bro.
They were talking. Someone said some shit on X like every hit scan character is harder than every tank. They said some shit like that on X. And I was like, all right, this half season, I'm not playing any fucking tanks, and I'm only playing Pokeslop hit scans. And I promise you, I'm going to peak higher than I did before. Like, this shit is so, like, we don't play tanks because we can't aim. We play tanks because we like to play tanks. Like like this shit is easy.
Yes.
We got a man on the inside.
That's the thing that I'm noticing though, is like when I play Cyclops, I think right now I'm 1 win away from eternity or something. I don't know. I went on a big win streak last night, but it was like you literally just get to stand there.
Coach Mills' win traders.
Yeah, exactly. Let's fucking go.
Oh, shout out Pinky. Shout out Pinky, bro. I saw that, Mills.
Yeah, no, Pinky's the fucking go, by the way. But like you stand, like when opponents come out on certain characters, you just know you're gonna win. Like there's so many characters that are fucking ass that when you play a good Pokeslop character and you can hit your shots, they can't do anything to you. Like you're doing damage the second they peek across the map, and like they have to play well and even to even get into their effective range. I don't know. I like Pokeslop's OP. I'll keep saying it. In ranked play, just play characters that shoot, be effective from everywhere on the map. Like I don't know what to say. Anyways, go on, Fauwkz.
Yeah, guns OP. No, 10 out of 10. This character is perfect. Okay, his ult sucks. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. His ult is freaking terrible. Okay, it gets cucked by every single support in the game. Lamped, faded, Sue Shield somehow blocks it, right? Like I didn't think that was the case on release, and then like I saw a TikTok, and then I saw it in our scrims, and I was like, oh my gosh, wait, it's actually true. I was like, every single support just screws his ult. And then back to Coach's point, He doesn't have any CC. So we're finally moving away from every single DPS hit scan has to have a CC. Instead, they gave him more mobility than the rest of them, which I think is way healthier, generally. Let him live, but don't let him just one-tap your backline with a stun. That's a little bit boring, right? I agree with you. He's way weaker than Release Elsa, right? Release Phoenix wasn't that strong, guys. I swear. That character had no range. That character could not hit. That character had no range. Besides the melee tech, that character was
that
nice.
melee tech was
melee
broken
Okay,
as
but that was
hell.
it, bro. That was the only thing that made her nice.
Yeah,
okay?
Oh yeah, that was it. Only
the
able to
one
apply
shot.
3 sparks in
Her
2
ult was
seconds
like,
flat.
Her ult was like
Oh, yeah.
300 HP. It was easy to break. Nobody knew how to use it yet.
I don't think they knew that melee tech was going to be a problem like it was.
Yeah,
though.
I didn't think either.
Right,
Yeah.
so
I think that
we're talking about the
was
design.
actually kind of balanced on release, besides the melee tech.
I get what you're saying.
But yeah, so her Cyclops' ult ain't that good. His neutral's really good. Again, his M1 feels great to use. I like the kit. The characters, it's a great character. People love the character just in general, outside of just him being in the game. And so I think it was a great release by NetEase. Yeah, I like everything about him. He's pretty strong. He's probably best in slot, but it's not like a huge gap between him and Elsa. So yeah, it's good. I like him. Big fan.
I mean, there's definitely something to be said for having something to be not unfun to play against. I think I think partly why they gave him that instant guaranteed damage on his beam is because he doesn't have the micro CC. Because I think that's why they gave a lot of those hit scan characters to CC, is just to give him an easy way to get free damage off, and it's more of like a casual thing. Mm-hmm. So I mean, maybe it's a commitment more to be bouncing around the higher ranks.
One thing I will say is, have y'all read the you go on the Marvel Rivals website and you read the ability list of the character? It's a fucking Wikipedia just to understand the actual damage his Ricochet is gonna do if it hits a ground and hits a person and then ricochets to a person.
Because it's tried to understand that.
Yeah, I tried to fucking.
No.
No, because I was writing a guide. And I was like, wait, the primary and the alternate lowers his cooldown on his Ricochet. I didn't even fucking know that.
No.
When you bounce there's percentage changes for everything it hits. If it's a person, it changes. If it's a wall, it changes in a different percentage. I'm like, they made this shit way too complicated for no reason. I don't understand why they did that. But whatever. I guess it's
all I know is it does a decent amount of damage if you hit him directly, and it can hit him twice. That's all I know.
It does damage. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Just press it when they're low. Yeah, I know.
Just press it when they're low.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I saw a picture of one laser going off and bouncing 15 different people. It looked like the scene from the Resident Evil movie with them trying to infiltrate. So I'm like, okay, I know what that does. It
does damage.
Yeah, my one complaint, and I think this is just more of a Rivals issue, but specifically Cyclops, that the visual clutter is kind of crazy when the lasers start spreading apart, and it can spread pretty wide. The beams and then all the stuff happening, there's a crazy amount. I think it's just because his shit's red as well, so it really messes with my eyes. But I think that's just kind of a Rivals issue. Unfortunately, you have 12 Euros doing a bunch of shit. God forbid there are 2 Cyclopses both lasering, and so you see your Cyclops' laser and then enemy Cyclops laser, and it's diffracting, and it's all right, man, this
2
is
Cyclops. You should take them into 18 versus 18.
I'm good.
They should give a seizure warning for that game mode now because of Cyclops. That's where I was playing them, actually, was 18 versus 18. So it's pretty wild in there. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I saw day one of that, bro. I was up for right as the patch dropped. I was just watching a Madian play it, bro. What is that? 36 Cyclops.
All right, so
crazy.
I got somewhere I want to go, Mills. I've been holding on to this one.
Yeah, go for it.
We talk about Cyclops now. Balanced-ish hero for release. Pretty well received. Popular. Fauwkz. This is going to be a question for Shibby, but Fauwkz, when I was looking at your X post, you said that more nerfs are generally good for the game. Shibby, would you agree with that?
So I come from casting League. So Coach, I know you come from League. They cycle a lot, or they cycle patches a lot. They have a very interesting system where they will overbuff, and then throughout the season they will here's a big buff, here's a big nerf to stuff, back and forth. I think for the current state the game is in right now, I agree with Fauwkz. Nerfing is better because right now, outside of maybe 2 supports in the game, pretty much everybody, at least at the ranked level, I'm not going to speak to pro like that because pro is obviously a different beast at times, but like at the ranked level, you can kind of pick every support outside of like maybe Adam and occasionally support Deadpool, and like you can like win a game. You can like take that character all the way up to eternity, one above all. 90% of the tanks in the game are at like a very, very viable, balanced state. Obviously, there are better ones, don't get me wrong, but like outside of I think Thor is like the worst tank in the game right now. And so like outside of him,
I've said it before.
that guy's like, yeah, have fun. You know when you said about like when you open up on heroes, if I see a Thor and I have a Cyclops, that Thor's not fucking playing the game, bro. Like he's not allowed to play the video game. So I think right now, yeah, if they nerf the duelist class a little bit more, you'll see a lot more stuff coming out in viability. I mean, even Penny has a spot now. I mean, pro Pennies, I'm going to be honest, pro Pennies fucking suck at Penny. Like they go hit up Eric Cartman, go hit up Full Metal Lamps, learn the fucking, like, I don't know what pro players are doing. Maybe Fauwkz can speak to that.
Why do they all have 90% win rates in ranked then, bro?
No, they fucking suck. They fucking Fauwkz. They fucking suck.
Shibby.
No.
Wait,
Watch EU.
Is this the Spider-Man thing?
What?
Like
Yeah,
once again?
it is.
Yeah,
No, they fucking suck. Dude, pro Pennies suck. Maybe they're better now. Maybe you have some hidden scrim info, but the last week of Ignite, you're telling me those pro Pennies were like good on Penny? Like they were good on Penny?
Yeah.
Be dead ass.
Yeah, dead ass.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
I remember I jumped into a Trust Me stream. And someone was like, "Bro, you suck at Penny. Swap off." Like in his chat, and he was like, "I'm learning this fucking character. I don't care if I win." Like he said some shit like that. He's like, "I'm just learning this fucking character." But it is interesting because they are behind. Like you don't agree that any pros are like behind the curve on learning like
sure.
this niche
They might
character?
be behind on like there's some skill to like the lineups and knowing mind spots and things like that.
There's a little bit of skill.
a little bit of skill.
No. There's some sauce, like knowing lineups and knowing where to put mines and where supports are going to back and doing things like that, right? There's absolutely sauce on that, but that is kind of unnecessary. The reason you see pro Pennies, right, in ranked have such high astronomical win rates is one, that character's busted. Okay, take that shit out back, kill that thing. Okay, but
Finally,
they get an insane.
I found one. Finally,
an insane amount of value with just the base kit. You don't need any of that. You have a 3-second stun. You know how to get value out of that 3-second stun? Well, the pro player canceling all your cooldowns and ults does. So you ultimate denied. Okay, he doesn't need his Luna to cancel the strange ult or anything like that. He cancels everything. So, like, I saw Paulie had like a 91% win rate on Penny Parker or something like this. I'm sure Paulie's dog shit with all this tech, but he knows what he's doing. Okay, he's just a better
I will say
player.
the learning.
So it's like
they're
sure,
faster
like,
at learning.
I don't
they're
know
faster at
exactly
learning.
where to put my nest or something. Like I chatted with who came to my name? Full Metal Lamps. I had a conversation with Full Metal Lamps about it. He agrees, right? But it's like he also thinks like Penny's like fundamentally like if you're losing to Penny, you're bad. Right, which I agree.
Yes,
right, like that character's not strong at pro, but you can cheese a point or two or things like this. But yeah, it's like all that stuff is pretty unnecessary. But there's some sauce there.
Yeah, I believe that any pro player, if given,
player hit rank went off Penny. Is Penny OP? Oh yeah,
dude, Eric Cartman haunts Captain Coach's nightmares, bro. Eric, that guy.
No, I know. Every time I do it with Captain Coach, he always just randomly throws in a fucking Penny ban, like out of nowhere. I'm like, dude,
no,
I feel him coming.
Gas, Coach. I feel him coming.
You snipe some players though. You snipe some players.
I love schizo.
I do not snipe. I do not snipe.
Unlike every like normal human being that swaps off a Hulk and goes like Magneto against Penny, you're like Captain Coach won't. He'll just die.
Bro, you see, dude, you catch me on a mid museum, you catch me on a Clintar, bro, or a Midtown, I'm schizo banning that character.
Yeah, Central Park. I'm banning Penny on Central
Get
Park.
that out of my
games,
bro.
Yeah.
I either have a feeding Penny or my team all of a sudden just has mental fog and they don't know how to actually just shoot the character.
Sometimes, like I haven't seen a Penny player in a while, and it's getting late. And I'm like, they probably got a Penny.
Where were we? Before we started talking about
yeah,
Penny,
sorry, I started screaming about Penny and like how pro players are bad at it. Well, I kind of want to tangent just a little bit. Fauwkz.
Nerfing.
Yeah, nerfing. I think nerfing is for the current state of the game. I think that if they nerf a couple of the duelists, like we're gonna be in we're like so close to like this really good state in the game. At least I would say in the rank perspective, 90% of the supports are viable, 90% of the tanks are viable. Like when I see my team pick up some of these tanks and supports, I'm like, oh, we can win. Like let's go. As long as I don't see like a Thor or an Adam in a 2 support comp, I'm chilling. Like I don't think I've ever felt like that previously.
Conveniently didn't give the viable statistics for DPS heroes. That's a complaint I've seen a lot, is that not enough DPS heroes are viable.
No, people need to shut the fuck up about that. That's nonsense. No,
I think in ranked, in ranked you can take any of these DPS to one above all.
So the only reason I say generally nerfing is better is because if you overbuff the character, then it doesn't take as much skill to execute the character. I actually think, to Shibby's point, we're actually in a very good tank situation where almost all of them are very good. Okay? Yeah. Thor, or not Thor, okay? But outside of Thor and Penny.
Wait, okay.
Outside of Thor and Penny, which their characters fundamentally don't do anything, right? Because you either need a tank to hold space or take space, and Thor and Penny don't really do either. Okay?
I mean,
Penny does, I guess,
Thor's,
with the
Thor's
nest.
like at least a C-tier DPS. We could put him there.
Sure,
that's basically
but
what he
welcome
is.
to be a
he's not a
DPS,
tank.
right? Just swap him and
welcome to be a fat
chilling,
DPS,
okay?
bro.
Yeah, legit.
Swap him and Mr. Fantastic and we're cooking. Okay? But yeah, so all the tanks basically feel viable. Mag feels a little weak, right? But outside of that, right, all the tanks are pretty good. But if you were able to mass nerf all of them and keep them still relatively healthy, I think that's generally good. Now, the game feels good to an extent because actually the power levels of all these characters are pretty balanced, support and tank. But DPS is getting cooked right now. That role is so weak in comparison to the other two right now that if you lower the power levels of strategists and vanguards, then the game would just feel better. 2-2-2 would be more viable in more situations, and that would kind of also take care of the not enough DPS are viable. There's 27 DPS. There's only 13 tanks or 14 tanks and 12 supports. Okay, DPS players can get over it. Okay, there should only be certain high skill DPS that are viable. Right, you only have like 5 to 6 DPS per hit scan and flex DPS category. That should be viable. The rest can be mean stuff. That's fine. Okay, they can be relatively healthy, like they are. Like Magic isn't a throw pick. That character randomly has a 58% win rate. So I think generally nerfing is going to be better because it allows skill expression to shine. And if you make the character too strong, then idiots can get value. Like I shouldn't be able to go and just lock Elsa on prime release Elsa and cook a lobby, but I could, right? Like I'm terrible at DPS.
I know you're a pro coach for one of the best teams, but I simply just do not agree. I think DPS.
This ain't a coaching opinion. This is just an opinion. So it's.
I think DPS heroes have for like ranked. They have some of the most singular like carry potential, right? So from like a ranked experience, I feel like if you want to climb, DPS they are the best heroes.
I agree with that.
But that's how it
should. No, I don't agree with that.
That's how it should be.
Look at the rank leaderboard. When was the last time a DPS player hit rank 1 besides mine?
We're talking like the highest levels of play. It'll probably be like a support.
It's always strategists. Cooper Tastic and Valentina and Saipe run the front page.
Because they're the most
and then
important.
Besides that, now it's Trust Me and Techie and TTK and Krasmang and Scatter. They run the front page and the second page. It's all tanks and supports, and the only way DPS get in there is if you piggyback off one of those roles. So, like, I agree, maybe in, like, lower elos, DPS has a lot of viability to carry lobbies because the tanks and supports just aren't doing enough. And so you'll still feel powerful on them. I'm not saying DPS is useless, right? But the average power level of the tanks is way higher in terms of what you can do in a lobby, and same with strategists. But strategists, it will always be that. Strategists will always be the most powerful role.
Do you think that because there's just better options to swap to more, or is it just the actual?
I just think the power level, right? If I'm on Angela and I find a Cyclops in an off angle, like GG's, I'm one tapping you, right? So same thing with Rogue, right? I see a Cyclops in the off angle. If I can grab him and F him and steal his laser beams somehow, right? Like, you're dead before you get to play the game. So I can deny you on tank more than you can deny me on duelist, right? So if, like, coach, if I'm playing into you, right, and you're playing Hulk, great character, but you can do this on any tank, basically, right? If you realize, hey, I'm running into not me because I'm terrible at DPS, but like insert good DPS player here, you can sit on their head the entire game and make sure they can't play the game. Right, for the most part. But you can get screwed, on the other hand, if their strategists have a brain and can help them. Right? But that's the strategists carrying, not the DPS.
So would you consider then, okay, I'll just use an example, someone like Star-Lord, who I struggle with heavily as Hulk, like a good Star-Lord, there's pretty much, I can't really touch him. So let's say he's challenging an off angle, trying to harass my supports. I jump in, push him away, and it's just that back and forth all game. Do you think that's more worth it for the Hulk or for the Star-Lord? I'm being like an anti-carry, stopping him from trying to hit our backline, but at the end of the day, farming ult charge off of me, I'm not really getting any kills. Maybe the objective moves a little bit. Like, where do you draw the line when it comes to like who's being more useful?
Well, I mean, you're taking a worse fight because he wants to do that and you don't. Right.
Exactly.
So like that's you're taking Star-Lord in where he wants to be. Right. All Star-Lord wants to do is fight in the off angle, and so if you're fighting him in the off angle, you're losing. But if you overwhelm him with resources over there, and you're a Hulk accompanied by a Wolverine. That motherfucker's running away. He ain't trying to fight you if you're carrying fucking a Wolverine in your pocket, right? So it's just you're losing that fight. Star-Lord. The reason Star-Lord is like one of the best characters is because he wins every single 1v1 in the offlane. Doesn't matter who he's facing. Okay, but that's what that character excels at, right? If you add resources to that, but that's what you're trying to do. But he doesn't want to do that to an Angela, right?
Yeah,
he'll do that to everybody but the Angela or the Rogue because they can just one tap you. So in that trade, Hulk versus Star-Lord, you don't want any part of that. Exile him and maybe throw your wolf, right? But get out of there and go to the other off angle, right? So
yeah. It always feels like they're trying to like bait you into a fight, which is never going to work out. Okay, so then. Oh yeah, Shibby, what did you want to say?
Well, I mean, you're also relying on like your ranked supports to be able to use the time you're giving them as Hulk, the pressure that you're relieving from the Star-Lord. But like again, 99% of support players. That's why, to Fauwkz's point, guys like people like Cooper, people like Valentina, people like Saipe, they know how to use the resources that are given to them via their tanks peeling or side laning and not allowing them. Like they understand, hey, I have so much more time and ability to do things. That's why these guys carry. Like that's why they're so good, because they dominate the ladder because they understand how to use those resources. Celestial 2, Celestial 1, I would see even Eternity support. If you peel for them or if you chase off an off-angle DPS, they're just going to still fucking sit main and just fire down. They're not going to like push up and learn to cleave with the invis or Luna clap and call stuff out. So I think it's just also the lower skill level of support players not recognizing, hey, my Hulk's doing this. What do I do? Most of them don't know what to do. They just freeze. That's
freeze.
They don't know what
the number one problem I have. Okay, so what would your two's advice be? Is it just better comms, or is it how do you get your teammates to like play off of you? Is it about going for the right plays, or like we're talking like a ranked, like the typical average tank?
That's why
Mills
Pokeslop clears, baby. That's why Pokeslop clears. This is what I'm telling you. In ranked, it's Pokeslop overall because I don't give a fuck what my team's doing. I don't need resources. I don't need fucking them to push up when I take space. I shoot someone in the head and they fucking die. That's literally it. Just play Pokeslop. Just stop. Stop trying to play Hulk, man. Stop trying. No,
don't tell him that. Don't tell him that.
Don't listen to this motherfucker. Don't
listen to red Mills.
You hear that? Stop playing tank. Stop playing. Play Pokeslop. Play Luna. Play fucking Jean Grey. There you go. Yeah.
No.
Sorry.
This is why we need back full stacks.
Don't let him oppress you, Captain. Coach, you have sauce on the whole character, bro. That character is too cool.
I'm just. Honestly, Coach, you need a duo with the support player. I've been saying this a lot. You need a fucking duo with the support player.
No, we're just a flex DPS player. Find somebody that could, because again, right? Like if you want to do that in ranked, trying to get your ranked teammates to do anything is hard, bro. They double support all. They don't shoot the Magneto right in front of them. You trying to get those monkeys to do anything is not a very viable thing. Okay, but like that's why you duo, right? If you have a Luna that can help you or a Sue that can help you, you fight the Star-Lord in the off angle, you hit the Exile, your Sue pulls him, your Luna freezes him, you can kill that guy. Or you have a Star-Lord of your own, or a Psylocke, or a Daredevil, or something that can path with you. Then you're cooking, right? But the answer is always team play. But convincing your ranked teammates to do anything, and good luck, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I come all the time.
The best way is avoid him and then go somewhere else, right? So
I pretended to be another Hulk streamer the other night, and it was actually working out. I went like 6-1, pretending to be Greg Albert instead of myself.
What are you?
Why are you pretending to be somebody else?
This is content. It was I had my duo every time I got into a lobby. Say, is that Greg Albert? And then I had a voice changer on, and I would just say, hey, what's up, dude? And every game was better after that. Greg Albert's like
for Captain Coach.
It was working. We were winning, Mills.
Ask yourself why that worked. That's what you really need to figure out. Why are you at a disadvantage
inside,
if you're
bro.
yourself, bro?
Bro, I'm at a disadvantage by myself too, bro.
Wait,
Oh, yeah?
Fauwkz, I want to talk about your ranked experience because I'm sure it probably drives you crazy more than most people.
No.
I don't know about this.
Yo, Fauwkz, talk about the video that was made on you.
Wait, there was a video made of Fauwkz?
Wait,
Oh,
which
wait a
one?
sec.
Oh, yeah. No, some guy got pressed because, bro, we keep it real, okay? I cussed a teammate out, and this guy got all pressed and got chat muted over it.
This is the best of
and
us.
then he made a TikTok.
Yeah, a
being
video
like,
on you?
Fauwkz
None
called
of
me
us
the
have-
R slur, and I'm like, bro, what is this? 2020?
Oh, it was that one. Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, whatever, man. A bunch of my friends sent it to me, but like all the comments are cheering for me, and then this guy's like, yeah, I'm gonna go hate watch Swamp Gaming. I was like, come watch us win, I guess, you know. Like we've lost one game the entire freaking time we've been playing, so you know, enjoy watching me win. So. No, my ranked experience, I mean, it's fine, bro. Like, ranked is ranked, you know. I don't queue a ton, right? I'm watching VODs the majority of the time, so that's what I spend the majority of my time doing. But when I do get on ranked, it's like short queue sessions, like 2, 3, 4 games here. It's the only way I can bear it, because it's just, you go from spectating pro lobbies all day and watching that play, and because I don't queue a ton, I'm usually hanging around like Celestial Eternity, and so when you go from that to that, it's just awful, right? And so sometimes the queues are good, like last season I hit Eternity in 40 games, right? And then, you know, sometimes the queues are bad, and now I think I'm at 40 games and I'm like top of C3, so it's like, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
If I queue more, I'll hit
The
Eternity,
classic
but
ranked,
sometimes
the
I just don't
ranked
want to.
experience, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, last patch was so bad for ranked.
It was abysmal. I don't know.
Yeah, so
I think it
I
was
just
the
avoided
worst. I
queuing
think
the
it was the
entire
worst.
time, and now I'm a little washed, so I got to get back into it. So if I want to actually hit Eternity, then you know, I'll probably have to dump another 100 games in. But
as far as because I wanted to ask you questions about how ranked feels, because I do agree that 8.0 I thought was like maybe one of the worst ranked experiences, but so far, I mean, I have a jaded, experience because I'm only playing Pokeslop, but I feel like it feels better. Like ranked feels better. I think the meta feels better for ranked right now. I think we're in a
What do
pretty
you mean
reasonable
feels better?
spot.
Like players, because
Well,
I had 3 games back to back to back where somebody swapped Widow and
he's
they
playing
just fucking
Cyclops.
ran my shit. They just
no, Mills. All it was last patch. There was 4 to 5 things that had to get banned.
Had to
for the game.
get banned. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
This
well,
patch,
like
it's-
even when stuff slips through the cracks, it feels like it's easier to deal with. Like, how do I put it? Like when Daredevil slips through the patch, it feels like the average Daredevil sucks a little bit more. When characters slip through, it doesn't suck as bad, and then characters slip through less, like you talk about. Like they don't, like the broken characters don't slip through as much as they did last patch.
Yeah.
Because it just felt like if you double banned twice last patch, the fucking game's over. Like you're playing some dumb
Well,
shit.
it's just
the entire
it's just not
game.
going to be fun, right? So
Right,
This
yeah.
patch is just Gambit and Wolf got to go, and that's about it, right?
Yeah, Wolves my
No,
perma.
don't ban
And I-
Gambit, bro. Never
Really?
ban Gambit. No. Just
Wolf, this is the first time I'm hearing this. Wolf is now with the team up that good?
Oh, it's fucking insane,
Because
yeah.
Cyclops is
Bro,
always
he's-
in, right?
he's
so
a
you're
fucking
never, you're never banning that
helicopter, bro.
character. If you do ban that character, sure, he doesn't got to go. But Wolf with team up is perma grabs on your tanks. You don't get to play the game. He decides
You don't
when he
have fun.
kidnaps you.
It's
You don't
because
have
that
any
spinny
say.
top is another form of mobility. So he gets a dash and the fucking
Well,
spinny top. Like he gets to just
also, like-
close in any gap, basically.
Yeah. So
But like, what tank do you play into Wolf? Like, Thing's a fake counter.
don't
Like, you
play
play Thing into
tank.
Wolf, you're getting
Don't play
fucking.
tank,
You're
bro.
getting
You
Right,
stop
yeah,
playing
yeah.
tank.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yo.
Let's go.
like I alt F4 or like I have to rely on my
Cyclops
invis,
starts
bro.
today.
Let's go. No, I feel like okay. I want to hear your opinion about this, Fauwkz. I feel like there are certain characters that should not be meta and ranked for very long, and they pretty much any kidnap style of characters like Angela, characters like Wolf, like these characters should be limited in the exposure that they are like S tier or A plus tier. Like, what do you think about that? Do you think that it doesn't matter? Do you think like, because they're effectively anti-tank characters is what they are, and they
Angela, I
yeah.
agree with you. Wolf, I don't.
Interesting.
My line for the character is your entire kit one-shotting in CC? You probably shouldn't be strong at all ever. That's all Angela is. She's either one-shotting you or she's pinning you in. Okay, and she's also terrible to interact with because she's flying. Wolverine's a little different because he's one of the hardest DPS in the game. which seems like a hot take, but there's a reason.
That is the
he
very
always,
hot. That's a very fucking hot
But
take.
there's a reason he has a sub 50 win rate in every single SR, and it's not because he's bad. He's good. The character's strong, but the character is hard. Okay, now on tank, it's going to feel miserable whether he's good or bad, but that doesn't mean he's going to get more value than what your DPS are. Now this patch is a little different because if he has the Cyclops team up, that character is a raid boss. But yeah, I do agree with you. There's some characters that should just never be meta because of either their skill floor being too low or their kit just being so unhealthy. Like Storm is a character that should never see the light of day. Adam's a character that should never see the light of day, right? Widow, Hawkeye, one-shots, get it out, right?
By the way, sorry, just really quick. Quick
for it.
tip for those of you who are playing in this meta. If you're playing Cyclops, you can beam the wolf out of grab. Just make sure you do that every time. That's very important. Sorry, I'm just throwing in a random tip for
But
people.
because Wolf is back in meta,
You need to do that every time.
right? And Sue is good. The Wolf isn't super impressive, right? Like Sue was terrible last patch, but she's back this patch because hypermobility and dive is gone, so Sue can exist. So there's a lot of tools to deal with the Wolverine. So
Hey, Mills, can we delay the release of this podcast a few days? I want to get a couple more ranked games in before everybody starts playing Wolf now.
Oh, just ban it. Just throw. Don't even skip
yeah,
it. I start
man.
screaming into the microphone. I start screaming. Just ban
No,
it
yeah.
over.
Basically, if you have a Cyclops locker on your team, you should probably ban Wolf third. Just ban it at the very end, like so that at the very least they can't. Unless you're gonna run both, like you should probably ban.
bro,
one.
I don't risk it banning it third, bro. Then you like
But-
80-20 and you always miss.
But the Cyclops,
You get
like
one
you
guide.
if you have the better Cyclops, like he can heavily contest the Wolf.
Oh, yeah.
Because of your movement, like Captain Coach, if you don't, I don't know if any Cyclops has done this for you, but the movement that Cyclops does, where he pushes himself back, it will also disconnect any Angela grabs, any Wolf grabs. So like you can heavily, basically you're peeling for your front line is what you're doing. You can also super fuck up transform Hulks too. You can fuck up their jumps. You can fuck up all of it.
Oh.
Yeah,
I think I had a shield cast interrupted once because of that.
Yeah, it's actually deceptively a pretty powerful ability to not just use to reposition yourself, but like to fuck up certain people's movement.
Yeah, I saw someone use the laser on like a Doctor Strange that was like flying in the air for the ult. He just pushed him back, and like I was like, oh, that's like a Sue push, pretty much. I mean, that's the issue, right? Like you just need a good Sue player, and Wolverine is like low key. At least the ranked ones are kind of
You just
obsolete.
need a
They
Sue
suck.
player with a pulse, bro. They don't even.
Yeah, no, you'd be surprised. Hey, you'd be surprised.
No, Fauwkz, this is fucked up because this is the thing. Like, people keep asking me in the comments to bring out support players, and because we'll have some tank players on, some DPS players on, and they'll say some crazy shit about supports being like really busted, support kits being like very easy to utilize. Some of them get a lot of free value. And they'll be like, get us a support main so that they'll defend us. And I'm like, if I get any fucking high elo support main, they are not defending you. Like
No, we're
none
not
of them,
defending you.
none of them agree with you. Like they all agree with us.
This role is mega busted, bro. It's the easy.
Yes,
The pill support players need to swallow, and I am one of you. It is my most played role. I like tank. I usually prefer to play tank, but I'm typically duoing with tank players, so I'm always playing support. Loki's my most played character. I've got 4 lords on support, which isn't a lot, but like I don't play the game a ton. I'm in the client a ton. But
you're gonna play some more now with me. I need a duo to heal.
All right,
Let's
we'll
fucking
run
run
it.
That
some.
sounds great. Like, y'all can both crash out on somebody.
Yeah,
Get
no,
a
and so
double
the other
feature video
support.
made. Let's
Yeah,
Double
so
video.
supports are just, it's the easiest role. It just is. You have the most utility to do things, and it's the strongest role because you're the one providing resources. So if Captain Coach wants to go fight the Star-Lord on the side angle, he can if you help him. But if you don't help him and you're terrible, okay, then he loses that every time. But if you get involved, he wins that every time. And so support players, they just need to use some critical thinking of where do my resources need to go, position it properly, and you're going to carry your games. And so I see support players who are like, I can't carry enough. There's a reason Cooper Tastic and Saipe win every ranked game they play, okay? They each have like 90% win rates, and they're playing in one above all 400, right? So it's not the role, it's you, right? It's
I mean,
just
the
reality.
biggest-
You can't carry on your character. You can do more damage and get more final blows than your DPS, and you can heal at the same time, and you have the only ultimates in the game that matter, okay? The 4 DPS ults, your 2 tank ults, and your 2 DPS ults, they don't matter at all, okay? It's just support ults that matter. If you use your support ults well, consistently, you'll hit Eternity just off of that. If you just know how to use your support ults, you'll hit Eternity just off of that information. Nothing else. If you are just a brain dead, I'm going to sit and pocket my tanks M1, but I know when to press Q and when not to press Q, you're going to hit Eternity. Because most support players don't know how to do that. And then you'll climb even higher when you realize, how do I get value out of the rest of my kit? Because you're way too kitted on every single support. I can cancel ultimates on Sue, on Luna, on Mantis, on Cloak. Every single support has cooldowns to do that. And you have a ton of damage potential too. Like, go watch these support streamers. Forky Dog, Valentina Cooper, right? Mash and EMEA, Saipe. All they do is they just kill the lobby themselves. It's OP. You're on the strongest role, and it's the easiest role. That's why you see DPS players swap off DPS to support.
That's
role swap.
I was about to say. In pro play, you have Brady swap. Brady just goes into support, and you just like, what? He looks amazing. He's
Gilbert Noodle's a tank player who's now playing low-key in pro matches. He's like, bro, this stuff is so easy, right? So
yeah,
it's like, yeah, sorry, support players. You know, I love the role, and again, it's gonna remain the strongest role because it has to. Because if you weaken the role too much, then nobody's gonna queue support.
Nobody wants to play it. No.
Yeah, so it should be the strongest. It will remain the strongest, but let's just make sure it's like a healthy strong, right? Like no more Ultrons and support pools and Adams. More Lunas.
If you're a support player, you just play like the top 3 BIS supports every season, you'll probably hit Eternity if you have like a brain. That's all you have to do, like unironically. If you can pick Rocket right now every time because Phoenix is banned, you'll hit Eternity on Rocket. Like it's not even. It's just so easy, man. It's just like. The best in slot supports are so good.
I'm actually enjoying Rocket meta in ranked. I don't know about y'all, but it's very fun. It feels very fun when I just like that. I like it when shit dies. Like I like it when
I do Coach would hate it, bro. I like it when shit dies. Yeah.
I love that when he presses Q, like everything fucking explodes. It's great. It's a good time.
I like comboing with my DPS. I don't like just fucking throwing an invis ult and just M1ing. Like,
yeah,
I'm so tired
combos where things go boom is fun.
But okay, here is one thing that I do have a slight problem with the ranked play. I want to hear what you think about this, Fauwkz and Shibby. I think that not with the ultimates, but with the neutral. I think the Luna White Fauwkz backlines is like insane. Like I think their neutral value, like how much value they just get, non-ultimate value is just fucking so hard to overcome for like a ton of different characters. Like you're never.
You don't like getting double charmed?
No,
like
double charmed into frozen, into fucking brawled to death by a goddamn Fauwkz. No, melee characters can't play into that backline. They just can't.
Oh yeah,
you don't fucking do anything into that backline.
It's the strongest backline in the game if you're excluding ults. Yeah. In dive meta, Luna White Fauwkz is the best backline you can get, right? And because dive is fast and the ults matter less, so White Fauwkz gets a little bit more value out of her ult in that type of meta, and so neutral is king in dive meta, and White Fauwkz terrorizes dive, right? Because her neutral is so strong. It's way stronger than Sue's. It's way stronger than everybody's besides Rocket because Rocket builds his ult so fast. So, like it reverted into Rocket Luna, but it was Luna White Fauwkz, and then they buffed Rocket Amp. So yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how much
White Fauwkz is fire, and she doesn't need buffs either. She just needs the meta to shift. Like, I hope this is what NetEase understands with these patch cycles, is these characters that fall out of meta, like White Fauwkz, they don't need help.
They're going to buff the fucking character. What are we talking about? They don't need
help. And then that
they give her more ammo, then all that shit.
Right?
They gotta give her more ammo. Well, I mean, Coach is a Hulk player, so every time he faces a White Fauwkz, he's like jumps in, charm, jumps in, Luna charm, freeze, boom, boom, boom. He's mini form now.
Like just the fact that you're saying, sorry, like you could just press your Q, your one Q button, right, is Rocket, and get to Eternity. Where I have to it's so much work for one kill.
You simply did
that,
bro?
So much work. And here's the thing too.
You fucking he's been stun locked for like the last.
Here's the problem with Rocket being meta.
On my brother.
Rocket should always be like okay, but never good. Like OP, he's like over. He's like a raid boss. Like he's so overtuned. Because when Rocket gets banned, which is starting to happen now. All these Rocket players, when they have to play something else, it's just auto loss. You just lose. You just lose the game when they don't get their Rocket.
Yo, but Netties, keep Rocket strong. Forky Dog's the best rocket in the world. Keep it strong, please.
Dude, Forky Dog's flying in the fucking the stratosphere, bro. On Rocket.
Support players who are like, yo, you can't carry on a character like Rocket. Yes, you fucking can. Oh, yes, you can. Oh, that
Forky's undiveable on Rocket. It's so disgusting.
About how to use your res, and yeah, it's disgusting.
So I want to rotate the conversation, and I'm going to ask a question to each of y'all. We'll go around and answer it. One character buff. It could be any fucking character. One character buff. It could be a massive buff. It could be a rework, whatever. One character nerf. It could be anything you want to the character. What would you want to do? We'll start off with you, Shibby. What do you think? One buff, one nerf. Any character in the entire roster. You're in charge. You're Guang.
So I'll do the hot one. I'll do the problematic character. I'll do Gambit, right? Because that guy's gonna stay permabanned forever. The idea I had for the nerf for him, and you can call it a nerf, you can call it a compensation or whatever, was just splitting his effects on his ultimate. So you know how he has to use both cards, right? Or both decks, the E and the F. If you just have to go QE, and that gives you the healing, the move speed, and the burst of healing. But if you go QF, that gives you the damage boost, the extra little bullets, you know, has the explosion at the end. And you can keep one thing consistent, right? So keep the move speed consistent across both, so he's still somewhat viable. But the healing goes QE, and the damage and the explosion goes QF. That'll raise the skill ceiling of Gambit players, and you can see like, oh, this Gambit now has to QE if they like front load a bunch of damage on the enemy team. Or, hey, let's get offensive. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. Let's try to force ultimates out in their spawn. Let's go QF Gambit ultimate, force them in and force them to use stuff. I think that's way cooler. I think Gambit right now, the problem with him is his ult is just everything. If you decouple both of them, I actually think he becomes more balanced.
We talked about that before on the pod, and we love it because it matches the decks, right? He has two decks.
Yes, it feeds into his like. Nobody's gonna complain. Nobody's gonna complain. Buff Black Panther, man. That guy fucking sucks. That guy fucking. Look at Fauwkz. Look at Fauwkz. Look. I like it when shit dies. And honestly,
play the game.
Is he uninteractive when he's like Omega strong?
Besides Storm, he's like the most unhealthy DPS in the game.
Yeah, 100%. I 1000% agree. Oh, you said what I can buff. Yes, fuck yes, dude. Fuck yes. You're telling me, Fauwkz, time out. You're telling me you wouldn't have a field day watching your boy Daze pick up Black Panther, lock the fucking Bast in, and go fing, kill 10 people?
Because the thing is, Kate, and this is the thing people need to get. I actually want the game to succeed. Okay? So I'm not this selfish prick that just wants the meta to be good for my team. Okay, if Black Panther, who already has a 56% win rate in the middle ranks, gets buffed, and he has a 45% win rate at Celestial and above, you're gonna get him to what, 51% at Celestial? Let's just say
he's gonna hit 70 in like bronze.
You're gonna get him to 64. Okay, and the reason that's an issue is not because he's now the greatest character in the game. It's that support players in low elo don't know how to fight back at all, and so they're just gonna die. And it's the most unfun experience they could have, is getting one shot like that, because it feels like they can't do anything. And so those characters need to stay bad, because he's already terrorizing that elo. And so you need to even, like, I'm on the opposite end, you need to keep on nerfing that character, because he's one of the worst feeling characters to die to as a support player, right? My IRLs and my casual friends who are like gold, silver, and plat, they hate that character.
Oh yeah, he's a quick play terrorizer.
But like most of the time, he's not really they're being killed by Smurfs. They're not really being killed by Black Panthers in their elo.
But 55%.
Yeah,
I think that's a little
like,
much.
Have you seen like I'm sure you coach a lot on stream. I coach a lot too, and like, have you seen like an actual plat Black Panther? Like they're fucking
no.
They're moving.
They're missing half their spears.
Bro.
They're using they're not 180.
It's dash 30-degree dash, not 180 dash. Like
I have a hard time believing. I have a hard time believing that even if that's right, and I believe you that it's right, that Smurfs make up that entire win rate on why that's so high. Because 55% is really high, guys. Gambit's at 51%.
I think the other part of it is that no one counter swaps in low elo, like ever.
Sure,
like
right?
if they just swapped a thing, you know, like, or whatever.
Yeah, but like again, right? I just want the game to be in a healthy state, and Black Panther's just
What
like
about
I would want him to get
would you
reworked.
reworked?
Yeah,
I would
rework
rework
the
him
character,
too.
sure, but don't
I would
buff
rework
him
him
in
into
his
a
current
bruiser,
state.
No,
man.
You're just
I
gonna
would
make,
rework
just
him
gonna
into a
make him
bruiser.
extra.
But I
Every
buff him,
dash
but-
he puts anti, right? Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Triple support killer. Let's fucking go. I was kidding.
Wait, no, Fauwkz
Gambit and
Fauwkz has
Black
to
Panther,
answer for some crimes because Fauwkz has fucking Blade in A tier, by the way. He has to
Wait,
he has to
no.
answer for war
Someone in
crimes.
chat. I was just I think I had this fucking Blade that went 1 in like 8 or 1 in 9, and I was like, this bitch is throwing my game. And someone commented, Fauwkz put him in 8 tier, and I was like, what?
Nah, he has crimes to answer for. Those are war crimes. Those are war crimes he has to answer for.
Okay, guys, it's first of all, if Blade players, for everybody watching Mills and this podcast, if Blade players run down your games, it's not my fault. Okay,
It's Fauwkz. Blame Fauwkz.
We have a 100% win rate on Blade and scrims. Okay, this
shit.
character is disgusting.
Oh shit.
So it's not my fault. Okay, you're just bad at the character.
You heard it here first. The best fucking team right now is 100% win rate. So you might as well just
All
mark
right.
it.
Like,
in every
I
game,
think-
don't play.
Then
Don't,
type
don't
Fauwkz
fail.
Nation,
Rock
hashtag
play,
Fauwkz
play.
these spots, okay? Like we're not stupid about it. We're not playing Blade on freaking Hala de Jalia.
All right, what are the good spots then? Are you able to tell us, or is
Front
that
to back
secret?
maps, yeah, like convoys where you would typically play Wolf, but Wolf is gone,
Yeah.
so you'd play Blade. Yeah.
Is it,
Blade
is
is
it, is he
anti-tank,
just really,
bro. That
really
shit's-
good against tanks, right? Like longer, slower engagements.
Oh, yeah, but he can also stay on your backline forever, right? So you have options.
Yeah.
You can go backline
The
and
block,
just keep them
1 second
and
block.
just keep them occupied.
I've always had a fear of Blade, like at one point, because this character has crazy survivability. I mean, I'm sure you know how hard he can be to kill. At some point, they're gonna break him, right? Like if they keep buffing him like this every fucking patch.
He's the type of character like Dinosaur, just in the DPS category, where he's fundamentally weak. Like his kit is fundamentally just weak, but you can keep on buffing him to the point where he's really strong. His numbers just need to get too high, and once his numbers get too high, then he becomes
Yeah.
the worst experience in the world to play against. That's what Dinosaur was. But this
do you
is
know
just
when you were-
Dinosaur in the DPS category, where his kit isn't strong. He's got a weird spin that boosts you, right?
Yeah,
he's got
like,
two of them.
yeah.
He's got two of them.
Anti-heal.
They anti-heal,
It's
but you keep on
he has
increasing that
and he has no
anti-heal and you keep
fucking
on
burst.
increasing
He
the
has no
damage.
burst damage either. Like
Oh no, his gun is burst damage. Oh no.
Well,
If you
No,
hit
I
that
see
golden
my DPS
ratio on
players
the gun,
smoke
okay,
at Star
well,
Wars
okay,
inside
okay,
things,
well,
bro.
we didn't like that.
No,
well,
that
golden
it, no,
range, that golden
it
range.
wasn't burst when it was released. I don't like. They keep buffing that thing. Like it feels like it's a kit that doesn't work until it's broken. They keep
but
running into those
that's a lot of
problems,
characters,
but-
right? That's your Thors, that's your Dinosaurs.
Yeah,
right? One
right.
micro
So-
nerf and that character goes from A to D.
Right.
Well,
right?
Fauwkz will remember this too. He's kind of going on the same trajectory as. Do you remember when, like, obviously the first game first came out and everybody was bitching about Captain America and how he like didn't do damage and do all this, and then they just like perma micro buffed him from season 1 to 1.5, and then he just kind of took over with Venom. That's like the same shit that's happening to Blade on like a longer scale. They're just micro buffing the shit out of him.
It's a
If
little less
one or
different
two
'cause
more.
Cap's kit was good back in the day.
Yeah,
His stats were
already
so
good.
bad that he was unplayable.
Yeah.
He just needed to get to a competitive point, and then he would be good.
It's
But then
just
he took
funny,
over.
like to what Shibby's saying. They really have. It's been +1 to his damage.
It's
+1 to
bad.
his sword,
It's,
and then they
dude, one more.
finally for this patch they gave him a +2, and now he's good. It's funny. I actually so I have a mod for my stream chat. His name is Make Blade Great Again, and ever since 8.5 he changed his name to Blade Finally Great. So it's official.
Oh, we finally made it.
Blade's not fun to play against if you're a tank player because he
He's
just
not
hits
fun
you
to
with
play-
anti-heal.
I don't think he's too bad, but yeah, like I definitely don't take fights with him. Really.
Yeah, you don't like it because then you're healing and like it throws off your equilibrium as a tank player
Who wants to
because
go
you're
next,
used to getting
next in
healed.
the one character nerf one character?
I want
nerf?
to hear you. I want to hear you have to take Fauwkz. What do you have to? What's your take?
One character. I mean, the one character. Okay, my one character nerf would just be Mantis. I would just rework
Well,
her.
you're
What
right,
I would
yeah.
do with her is this: is I would make her ally damage boost just speed, right? Just speed, and make it like the Jeff speed level strength. Okay.
Okay.
And then keep it single target. And then I would change her self damage boost to a sustainability, right? To where she could sustain herself, where like Luna's clapping you, something like that, where it's an actual self heal over time just on herself, right?
Okay.
That would make her healthy in a 2-2-2 environment. because she's not damage boosting somebody else. She's speed boosting somebody else, which would make her better in dive and worse with triple support. And then the self-heal would make it so that she could potentially live against dive without just having to hit the sleep, right? And so she would be turned kind of more like Luna, but instead of the snowflake, she has speed, right? And so if you think about her self-damage boost and you change that to a Luna-type clap ability, in terms of not like an actual Luna clap, but like the healing of a Luna clap on herself.
And
right?
would you increase her overall healing, as to make it so she's viable in double support?
You could restructure the way it works, where it's front loaded and then has a little fall off, right? And so you could make it so it's like 50 burst, right?
Okay.
50 or 60 burst, 55 burst or something, and then it has like 20 heal over time for the duration of it. Right? I think that would be like a good way to restructure it. But even that might be, but then you would have to give her more leaves, and I would take away the passive of leaves get headshots, and I would make it more like a reload thing, where you have 8 of them. Right? You have 8 leaves.
You just have 8 leaves. You just have 8 leaves.
You just have 8 leaves, and it's like a torch resource, where it comes back after you don't use them for a significant period of time, so you don't feel like you're having to do that. And that way, it increases the skill cap of the character, because you have to make decisions on who's getting the healing and who's not. Right? And who's
really
getting
like
the speed
that.
and who's getting the healing, right? And so I think that would be a really healthy rework for the character, because it would give her her own niche at single target speed. Again, single target stuff is good for supports. That's why Luna and Luna is healthy, because all of her stuff is single target, right? And so single target speed, single target damage, single target self-heal, and she's a good character. You can keep her ultimate the way it is, and you can keep her damage the way it is, and she's good, right? So that's what I would do for like
for
nerfs, quote unquote.
yeah.
But I think that's probably more like a buff to her as a character, because then she also becomes viable for lower elo people too, right? And you don't only have to play her in triple support.
It'd be
with
fun.
Like
It'd be
Ultron.
fun too. Yeah.
And then like a character I'd like buffed.
Black Panther.
No, what's a character I want buffed?
Mr. Fantastic?
That's mine. You can't steal it.
No, I mean, I think I'm probably going to piss people off with this one. I want Daredevil to get buffed.
Oh no!
What?
Yeah.
He's low-key fine, though.
Wait,
no,
he's
I feel
good.
like
Wait, he's good though right now.
Yeah,
you just want him a bit better.
But I want Dive to be the strongest version of playstyle in the game, and it can't unless you have a good DPS to play it with. And right now, he's the only one.
You said
so
you cared about the health of the game, though.
Yeah, but Dive is good for the game.
You think so?
Yeah, Dive is good because, again, Dive is going to be good at high elo and bad at low elo inherently. And so Dive being good for, and he's also one of the hardest characters in the game to play. So, like, even tier 1 Daredevils are bad at him. There's a lot of tier 1 Daredevils that are just selecting the character and are terrible at that thing. Okay? So he is very, very
Phoning it
difficult.
in. Let's fucking go.
When they did that
so
deflect, it's like they're
face rolling
slower.
So he's very difficult to play, right? His skill ceiling is high. His skill floor is high, right? And for Dive to be viable, he needs to be good, right? It's either that or Black Cat, but I think he's the healthier version of Black Cat. Like, they killed her so fast because of what she does, and so I want Dive to be good, so I would just say Daredevil or just add another character that can do something similar to Daredevil that can dive, right? I think the way they nerfed him was fine, except for the dash range. I like that they nerfed Daredevil, but changing that dash range incentivizes bad Daredevils and hurts good ones. So I don't like the way they nerfed that. So I would just revert that change, and I think the nerfs are fine.
Is that
Like,
just
I don't want to turn this character into God, right? But I want him to be a little stronger than he is right now.
Is that just like encouraging them not to use it as like an escape
encouraging
as much?
people to shift in instead of shift out.
Right.
Right? Because of how, like, the way you would previously play Daredevil is you would side lane with your Captain America, and then you would F in with your throw, and then you would get your Fury back. You'd go for another F turn, you'd get your Fury back. Then you would hit one melee weave and get another turn with your E, and then you'd still have no Fury, and then you could make a decision do you want to hit a fourth E combo, or do you want to leave? Right? And that's what your shift should be used for, but instead, now you're incentivizing Daredevils to just shift in, right, and they max get 3 of their E's. So your goal should be get 4 of those if you have the sustain for it, or 5 because you can deflect it and keep on going, right? Which seems like a lot, and it is a lot. But again, he's available to kill that entire duration. And it's not like supports don't have the tools to deal with them, right? Like you see him get played into Luna Rocket. Valentina pieced up one of the best Daredevils in the world in Self. The guy was like 4-7 in our match against Tons of Thieves. So.
But it's interesting because earlier you were talked about how it's too easy to ban out dive. Would you not want like buffs to like Black Cat?
No, I would want buffs to Black Cat, but I think Black Cat's more unhealthy than Daredevil. I think Daredevil's a healthy version of a dive flex DPS, and I think Black Cat.
I just that was the healthy version, but yeah.
Well, because Black Cat one shots you too fast. Her time to kill is
well, right? No. I know. I'm in my mind. I'm just thinking fucking Genji from Overwatch. How like Daredevil is the balanced version of a fucking dive character.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Even though he's
Black
fucking
Cat's
Thanos,
issue is she one shots you too fast, and she has too many immortality frames. It's just too long.
Right.
With the character,
which is
too slippery.
Daredevil, the entire time he's killing you, you can kill him back. So he's just effective at what he does, right? So I would like them to add another one, right? So
another dive hero.
Yeah, like Nightcrawler. Like if Nightcrawler's a DPS and not a strategist, I think he's going to be a strategist. But if he's a DPS and he's a dive DPS, I think that'll be sick. Like if he can like teleport to allies or something, or like mark enemies and then teleport onto them, something like that. I think that'd be fire.
All right, what do you think, Captain Coach? What's your 2?
Well, the reason I was making a face at the Mantis change way earlier on is because I did a Mantis to Celestial challenge, and it was the fastest I've ever done a challenge.
The character is disgustingly OP.
Yeah, like I think I had over 70% win rate. It was like the first time, but I do like your proposed changes. I would say,
hard, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's a quick side note. I would always just like dive with her ult too and just damage buff everybody. But like, yeah, I would say like removing the headshot thing does kind of take away a lot of the fun of it. And to me, that's like a pretty big thing. It's just like, if you're going to make something OP, you might as well make them fun to play. So, okay. So for mine, I want to nerf Loki. And I want to nerf. Yeah. I want to nerf the way his ult works to where it's not just always copying a support ult. I want him to be encouraged to actually like take other ults. This is something we've talked about before because I think it also
never be the case.
Nah,
we'll never do it.
One echo ult, like where you have to build it, you just echo.
Or when you copy someone's ultimate, you can't copy it again. It's like blacked out.
That's kind of what I want, like Silas from LoL.
Silas, yeah.
He'll never get played.
Well, isn't there always just a way you
need to have 2 support ults?
What if his ult was a third of the cooldown and like weak or weaker for certain ults? Like there's always a way to tune something, right? Like make it, but something where it's not just like it'd be cool for him to have more choices as a hero. And I also think he kind of exposes we've already touched on a lot, just like how broken ults are. And I kind of want to see a move away from that. So I think Loki would be one of the steps in doing that. Because he's always just going to double whatever the best ult is, right? So that'd be my nerf.
Okay,
did you guys want to say? No, go ahead. I'm open to hear.
Oh yeah, I was like, don't you think Loki's a pretty healthy version of because he's really weak to dive because he can't fight back. He can just live with lamps, right? But he's very good in front to back and Groot comps. So he has major weaknesses. But you're right. His ult is structured in a way to where if you get a character like Gambit or the most busted next new support, he's always going to be the ideal pair because then you get 2 of them, right? So. But I also think that's kind of a cool niche because he's also very hard. So it's not like he's easy. He also has weaknesses. And he has a comp niche besides the fact that when you add a busted support in the game, he is the ideal pair because then you have 2 busted supports in the game.
Yeah, to me, I'm not really too worried about like how he functions in the meta. I just, to me, it's just he's way more interesting of a character. And that's really kind of where it is for me. I just think he'd be more interesting. And I just think like as you move forward, whatever, he's good and bad in the dive, high skill ceiling, like you can. Wouldn't that increase his ceiling technically though? You have more choices. More choices to me is always like the better option for a play. Like we can talk about.
Yeah. All right, hear me out. Pull off a backstab a limb and you get your ult immediately. How about that? That sounds sick.
That would be.
Let's go.
That'd be crazy.
Clone backstab.
Yeah.
I'm invisible. All my clones are invisible. Boom. One tap.
Instant ultimate like 10 seconds into a fight. Like that'd be insane.
That would be cool though if they actually played into the backstab mechanic too,
Right,
And
yeah.
actually
I
had some.
don't think we want to see what ranked players would do with that.
No, your Loki would troll his first 5 lives trying to get his fucking ultimate that way.
Dude, camp spawn doors and just like, guys, I
Right.
got this. Don't worry.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
slightly looking the wrong way. Insta one
It's
tap.
so-
Yeah, it is like it is kind of unfortunate just how like the game is built around just those support ults. So it's like it probably wouldn't work, but
You would have to change his ult fundamentally. Like, he just can't be a copy anymore. Turn him into a fucking frost giant or some shit. I don't know, and make him heal. Like, that's what. Like, I don't know. Like, you can't make him copy and then because there's what situation I remember. Like, damn, I wish my Loki copied my Punisher ult here. It's like, no, you fucking want the Rocket ultimate or the fucking Luna ultimate or the Atom ult. So.
Yeah. So I already said it, Mr. Fantastic. I would love to see him get some sort of like guaranteed CC that people could actually combo off of. So like I would think some kind of root or either root
like,
or
like a fucking hammer hand that bangs them into the ground or some
Or just
shit like
grabs
that.
you.
like grabs their legs, or maybe some kind of silence for like whatever he wraps around your head and you can't use abilities, or something like that where he gets like guaranteed value, point and click, and see how viable that would make him. And so he's and maybe it's some sort of mobility. Maybe it could be like a team up to where he's got some like really hard utility, not just like annoying displacement that people can't really something that people could actually use to combo things with and like play off of.
Just throw that guy in the fucking tank roll and call it a day. I'm not.
What
I'm pissed.
What do you think about that, coach, as a tank player? What do you think about like changing, or I get the entire panel? What do you guys think about like changing the roles of characters?
Oh,
I
I
think-
love
I
it.
think
it's
it's
fucking
worth it. I love
no,
it.
I
Or a
think it's
good
a great.
idea?
I think it's a great idea.
No, it's
Make
cool.
Ultron a fucking tank. Let's fucking go, please.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah,
the support has the least amount of character.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
like,
Make
even-
Mantis a
even-
fucking DPS. Let's go.
I mean, even with like the DPS category, right? You have the subcategories of like you have hit scan duelists, you have projectile duelists, you've got dive. But like, I think it'd be cool if they like made Black Panther instead of like a one-shot machine. They made him like a brawl duelist where he kind of gets over health like magic, and like you're incentivized to hit marks to get bonus health and all that. I hate bonus health as a mechanic. There's so much fucking bonus health in the game, and it's disgusting. But like, there are certain avenues where you could make it cool, and I think, yeah, I've pissed off Fantastic players before. I've made videos on this. Just throw him in the fucking tank roll. Like, you're just LARPing as a fucking DPS, and like, I'm watching a Fantastic. I'm trying to play the game, and he's like, fucking doing this shit. I'm like, you're fucking useless. Get out of here, man. Like, just pick a real DPS. I don't know. It's throw him in the tank roll, and I think he'd be infinitely better.
so what, you give him more health?
Give him more health.
Well, I think the
throw a
fact
little
that
bit more
it's-
CC, reduces damage, and like he just becomes an introductory tank, right?
I've thought for a while. Oh, go,
If you
go
just change his right click, his shift is fundamentally a tank ability. DPS
Yep.
don't have those types of abilities where you can just be immortal for 2 seconds. That's
Right,
already
yeah.
more tankiness than Thor inherently.
No, he is. He is tankier.
Dude, no,
Yeah,
yeah, legit,
and
he
so
is,
like he
yeah.
would fit tank. He would be a very smooth transition into tank. It's something I think Nettie should do because he would be like your Mag Emma Strange alternative.
I'm
right?
not gonna lie. I think Blade could easily be a tank too. They could easily make Blade a tank. I don't know.
Make
You
Widow Anna.
already think he's A tier, but I think the character's terrible. So I like to see him as useful somewhere.
Run
So-
into the queues of the good.
Well,
great
it's kind of
players.
like his survivability is already good. Like that's the thing that has been good. Just like double down on that. Give him like 500 HP and he's a fucking tank. Like just
Mills,
as
what
is.
you don't understand is all the Blade players are already one above all. They already skipped you over.
Oh,
You gotta,
Oh, good
rank
way.
up and
I
get
gotta
their
get
elo.
them. I gotta
That's
get
how
to
good
them.
this character
I
is.
gotta rank up to them so then they can throw my fucking games. Let's
No,
go.
Mills swapped the poke at the wrong time.
No,
He's-
that's what my buff and
Wait
nerf.
till the blade
my
two
buff and
taps
nerf.
you on the angle, brother.
Nerf all brawl characters, because they're OP. Buff poke characters. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
That's just
Heresy,
his stream all the
heresy.
time, by the way. Just rage
I
plays.
literally,
That's what he's turned into.
I'm
Mine
perma
is-
LARPing
mine
as
is
a hit
hating
scan
other
player.
regions and other players, and his is poke needs to be the best.
Yeah. No, I basically decided to be the opposite of light, like the entire stream. Anyways,
Dude, I don't
so,
get I don't get light shtick about these hit scan characters are so OP. I don't get it.
Flankerly blessed,
I don't
bro.
get it, bro.
Flankerly
They're
blessed,
re-
or
they're
whatever
really-
that
No,
is.
look, I can explain it for you, and I'm not talking about pro play just for ranked play. His
Yeah.
problem is like if you looked at Overwatch, like hit scans typically had a weakness in close range. Like, you know, when a melee character routed properly and like the Genji was on top of you, they're gonna kill you if you're Widowmaker, right? But his problem is every melee or every sniper character has like a stun or a dodge or a great movement ability or some way to gain HP. Like Jean Grey had a teleport, a stun, a flight, ways to gain HP. Like it's like the kit, like instead of there being very clear weaknesses and strengths, like his argument is that they have things that cover up all their weaknesses. Basically, they're too effective from like point blank range. Is his argument? That's just the argument that he makes.
Yeah, but
because like imagine if like Widowmaker in Overwatch was insane, but like imagine if you gave that character a stun and a kick that like it would just be like.
Yeah, but I just don't think that's true. If I get on you as Daredevil and you're a hit scan, the only way you live is if you get support.
No. Like, yeah, well, I agree, but like his argument is like they should literally just die, like instantly. I mean, they should just die.
Well, that doesn't seem like a good idea.
Like the more I play hit scan, like the more I kind of understand what he's saying is because like there's so many bad dive players that I kill them before they're even remotely in my range to ever threaten me in any way. Like, I see them walking around the corner. No, I know that, but this is C1, and they're bad. Like, they're bad everywhere. Always. Like, they don't get good.
There's no good players until you get to, like, one above all 200, bro.
Like, but that's the thing, is that's what he's talking about, is rank. He's not talking about, like, pro play and coordination and blah, blah,
Coach,
blah.
let's go Q-Snipe Mills tonight, bro.
Yo, I'm so down. I'm banning Cyclops, bro.
I'm running it down on Thor as a special except. No, I'm just kidding.
Just play Blade. When you get Fauwkz on your team, say Hawk.
I'll run it down.
Run it out on Blade.
We'll make him swap Wolf.
No, you got when you LARP as the hit skin player, you have to be super egotistical. You have to flame your team. Anyways, let me give you my real responses for this. So like, I'm gonna kind of cheat. So this one, I don't think you're gonna agree with Fauwkz, but I would like tank pool to get a small buff to his sword and sword ult, because I think it's just dog shit. Both of them are dog shit. I mean, the character is basically gun. Like, that's all he does. And so, like...
Not right now. He's actually pretty heavy sword right now.
Oh, you think so? Tank one?
That's how pro teams are using him, is even though you might upgrade the guns a little bit earlier than you would on the others, you're really killing... Like, you're playing him as kind of a pseudo dive tank.
I want...
And you'll just bounce on the Jeffs.
I want a legitimate reason to, like, never... I just want options on the character. It just feels like he's been linear for too long. That's my first thing.
Just like always gun ulting, you mean?
Right? Yeah.
So you want okay. So you want the it's not even the swords. You just want the sword ult to be viable.
Right? Yeah, and like
okay.
Well, also like you get benefit of like upgrading the gun because it does level up your kit. So I feel like there should be, how do I put it? It should be more reasonable for you to upgrade swords like as your very first upgrade.
You should get rewarded more for melee hits.
XP-wise. I can because you need the two investments into it. You need the dash too.
Right, exactly, yeah. I don't know exactly how they would do it, but it just kind of feels like like I'm always incentivized to like that would be what I would do. I don't know exactly what it'd look like, but I would like a little compensation there. And then for Thor, I want his ultimate to be at least a little bit better. Like I know that I'm giving 2 buffs, but like, can I cancel my fucking ult? Can I make it so that people don't have movement abilities if they're underneath me? One of the two. I don't fucking know. As far as nerfs are concerned, oh man, I just had a fucking nerf that I wanted to give, but like I just like completely lost it.
What if they gave Thor? What if they gave Thor ult like a precision strike thing, where like if you hit within a circle, like a certain circle meter, he does like way more damage.
I mean, I would fucking love that. Like, I can't even combo this shit in a Groodle and people just live. Like, they just shrug.
People live through Groodle. If you Groot Thor ult, they just don't die.
I just want them to rework Thor. The character's so cool, bro, and he's just he's like the opposite of.
Don't tell Coach Mills you want to rework his hero. I've tried.
No. Fuck y'all. No, the character. That's like the character I have the most hours on. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You have fun playing him. But Mills, think about all the times you play him, and you're fun, bro. Like,
I'm not even. I don't even aim like that. I'm just LARPing right now.
Coach Mills loves Thor more than his own children.
That is actually true. One of my first dogs was named Thor. That's not even a cap. Yeah, like legit. I had a golden lab.
But wouldn't you be happy if you got reworks to be like a little bit more viable?
Well, my problem is, so Thor in my opinion, he's one of the most broken characters underneath C3 because he gets to do whatever he wants and he's just a fat DPS that kills everything. And like my problem is his kit is ultimate free. Like if you, I kind of classify main tanks and off tanks a little bit differently than some people. I think that off tank is freedom. Like you don't have any forced responsibilities or play style. And if I think of like that, like Thor is the most true off tank that exists because he literally can do whatever the fuck he wants at any given time. You could peel, you could dive, you could poke, you could brawl, whatever you want to do. I just don't think you can ever make that character pro viable because if you make him viable, he's gonna be too strong, or you have to make him sacrifice some of that freedom. Like
it's just Devil Dino 2.0. Yeah,
right. So like I would prefer the freedom. Like give me the freedom. And, like, I'm going to be running down games in, like, you know, Celestial or below. But like, you know, I don't – my problem is just, like, the hero – so, sorry. To kind of recap, I don't think this character will ever be viable in pro play, nor should he. But let's – give me, like, my hero fantasy a little bit more. And the ultimate right now is there's no hero fantasy. No, and, like, this ultimate that does fucking nothing, basically. Like, it literally does nothing.
It looks grandiose, and it just – it just like sucks.
Yeah, it's actually
you can combo with a Luna in one tap.
Yeah, yeah.
Or a rocket,
Yeah, I mean,
and all you got to do is press a button. You see how much Captain Coach has to do on Hulk to kick kills with Hulk, bro.
God.
He's got to juggle somebody. He's got to hit the exile. He's got to hit
like
two claps.
I'm conducting the symphony. You're playing a little recorder. Hot cross buns.
Trying to pitch you guys against each other.
I could. I just have to lock support, and then I think that we should nerf Groot's ult charge generation. That's my nerf. That motherfucker builds ult way too quickly for how strong that ult is. I mean, it's like I'm gonna bitch about Thor ult again, but like look at the power discrepancy between Groot ult and Thor ult, and look at the charge rate. Like Groot is charging it, Thor's at like 60%, and Groot has his.
Do you know what the numbers are? Groot's what 3,300.
2,800.
I don't know what the actual numbers are, but he also like outputs a lot more consistent damage, so I don't know if the numbers are like.
Yeah, because Groot's building it like every fight right now.
Yeah, like stupid fast and. Yeah,
I don't know what the numbers are, but I think Groot's is like around 3,300, 3,200.
Yeah,
2,800.
I would argue it's
2,800.
It's matched Moon Knights at 2,800 for the longest time. That was my biggest complaint.
Like that's my argument is like why
What's
the
Thor
fuck is that
35?
$1 million? I don't fucking
it's
know.
probably super high. Yeah, like look it up, Shibby, if you don't mind. I'm curious.
I got
probably like mad high comparison. Like, I mean. The character's just stupid for getting ult that quickly. Like, I don't care if you have to give him compensation or whatever somewhere else. It just
it's 3,100, but it's still like it's just.
But like Thor is doing a lot of things that don't charge that. I feel like he's not.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're kidnapping shit on the front line, you're not really just spamming damage like Groot is. I don't know. Anyways, that would be my nerf. That would be my nerf for sure. Fuck that kid.
Yeah, him and Moon Knight have been like paired with 2,800 ults. Like there was like a couple seasons ago where Moon Knight and Thor were just dropping ults on your head every fight or every.
That was the
fight.
best change of the patch, by the way. The Moon Knight nerfs.
Oh, the Moon Knight nerfs.
Yes, 100%, 100%.
Fucking great.
That character was.
They need to do that more.
OP.
I like it. I like that shit a lot.
See, nerfs Captain Coach.
100%. I'm with you. I agree.
Can we? Okay, Fauwkz, I want to hear what you think about. So in 7.0, we got the ult nerfs where we don't charge ult as fast. I've argued that there is more we could nerf that without getting to diminishing returns. Do you think that we're in a good spot, or would you like even less ultimates?
I actually think it's okay right now. I don't know if you could, because if you nerf it more now, you'll go almost guaranteed entire single first domination rounds without any ults being online. And I think that
sucks for casual.
It's interesting, though. That's kind of interesting. It can be.
It's not the worst thing, but I don't know if that's the ideal. I think you would at least like ults to get online in a domination if a team, like you want the team to have the ability to come back. Right, so if you go down and you lose the first two fights on Dom, that third fight is the last fight unless you have a TP fight. Okay, right. And so I think you want ults to get online around that range, and I think that's when ults are coming online right now. Right, unless you're in a slow meta right now where they're a little bit longer. And so the only thing I guess I would change is I would just maybe not global, but you could do it by role. right? And so I think you could charge, you could nerf each role's ult a little bit more, but not like another 10%. Another 10% would be way too much, right? In my opinion. But I think you could hit like DPS, maybe not DPS, maybe like tanks for 5% and supports for like 3%. And I think that might be the most you could probably push it to, where ults are still getting online relatively in a healthy environment on like quick games. So that comeback, because again, you want comebacks to be viable, and teams that use ultimates are a big win condition, right? But you also don't want it to be an ult spam, and I think that's what it was before the global ult charge nerf. So I like it's in a pretty healthy spot in my opinion right now.
Okay.
But or you could take the other approach, and you could say slower type characters like Groot and things like that. You can nerf those ults.
Just case by case basis.
Yeah, because dive characters just don't kind of get their ults till like the third fight, right? But like in slow comps, like you're gonna get your ult really quickly because everything's sustaining. And so if you kind of are axing a little bit of ults, you could kind of do it case by case. I generally like individual ult charge nerfs. Like they really hurt Luna. Like Luna's is still like 5k right now, I think, right? Which I think is good.
Great, yeah.
Right, support ults should be hard to get, but yeah. So I think it's okay for now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Season 9 should be the great team-up renaissance, because team-ups fucking suck, man. Like, we got one new team-up in 8.5. Like, I'm telling you, like,
I've
the
heard
same
they're
way they
doing
introduced...
They're
I've
not,
heard,
you
I've
they're doing
heard other
what?
things.
They're restructuring the way team-ups work, I'm pretty sure.
I've heard
interesting.
they're doing a fundamental rework, and I think if they don't make it to where team-ups are active on both ends, I think they failed, personally.
No, I don't think that's what it's going to be, though. I think I've heard two different things. I've heard they're either going back to what they were originally doing at the beginning of the game, where you had really, really powerful team-ups, which is what I like Gamma and infinite ammo and things like that.
ResComp, baby.
Or
no,
heck
Somebody
no.
mute this guy.
no.
Or
Like
they're making it so team ups are more like there's less of an anchor character, and it's more so if you have a character in that vicinity, like an Avenger or X-Men, then your team up cooldowns online. Something like that. But then
I think they just need to make
if
it
they
more
did it like that, I think if they did it that way, they're gonna make it so that the team ups aren't that impactful. So I would prefer to have like really powerful team ups, because that's a balance knob that you can really tune that you can't really do if you're making team ups like everybody has something. I like the niche about them. I just don't like when they do like same role team ups. Like Mantis Loki, that's bad.
Yeah.
So you should avoid
I think
that.
like Thing
to
Hulk
playoff-
is garbage too. Like
No,
that's
whoa!
bad.
I like that.
Yo,
It's fun.
Punch Bros is fire.
It's fun. It's super
It's
fun.
fire,
I
but
think
you
just-
play
I
that
think
shit.
just stay away from support to support team ups, right? The other roles can have team ups, but if it's a support team up, I think you get dangerous.
I want to hear what you have to say about this, Fauwkz, because I brought this up in a previous pod. Like, one of the things I thought was really obnoxious about ResComp is that they were just on double support and a really good character, right? Like in Starlord. Like, it was really easy to slot that into any comp. I like the idea of giving the most broken comps to, like, dumbass trios. Like, stupid trios. Like we're talking, like, Luna, Squirrel Girl, Penny. And they get ResComp or something like that. Like literally just like good character, shit character, and the team up's broken. Like then I can see a pro meta where there's like a random Mr. Fantastic, not because the character's viable, but because the team up is so good it justifies like, and your entire like coaching is like and analysis is trying to figure out how to hide this shitty character, like how to make him work.
Yeah,
I just think it would be very interesting for me.
I like that idea. I like the idea of taking strong characters and pairing them with weak characters, making the strong character like Luna the anchor and making the weak character the one that gets the cooldown to significantly increase their viability. I really like that. So yeah, I love that idea. But I don't know if the goal should be weird combinations. They should still kind of be like lore-ish accurate.
Okay, well,
right?
okay,
I think that's a good idea to do, but I think you should absolutely pair really strong characters like Cap, Luna, Loki with weird weak characters like Loki and Hela if they got a cool team up together. That was not like terrible.
Right. Some reason to play them over other things, like an actual reason.
Right.
Yeah.
So something that can just sprout them into viability if the strong character becomes viable. right?
Yeah, I mean,
So like
I
so like
think
White
Rivals-
Fauwkz is a character that is really strong but weak right now. But if she gets a team up with a weak character, let's say Black Cat, right, who's just bad right now, but the team up
And it gives her
makes,
a new item in the shop or some shit that's crazy.
no,
No.
or it makes her or just makes her a lot stronger. Like it increases her
Yeah,
power
yeah,
level
yeah.
like double, right?
Yeah.
That's something that I think is good because then that's a way for, hey, I don't need to hyper buff this bad character. I can keep their kit bad if they're like an unhealthy character, quote unquote, but there's some viability or spots that you could play them, assuming this extra other character that is pseudo strong or kind of strong happens to be meta relevant, right? So I think that's a good way that they could approach it as well. So yeah.
Well, I also think team ups are just like really underexplored, right? Like I think Marvel Rivals has like the unique opportunity to make team ups for characters that normally like I agree like some of them should be like lore, comic accurate, whatever you want to call it, but like I think like a Human Torch Black Panther team up would be sick because you never see those heroes together. So like the opportunity to bring heroes that normally wouldn't be together in a composition, I think is like something that they don't do enough, right? Like they don't care about it. I'm actually the complete opposite though, Fauwkz. I think anchors are just like a lazy fucking mechanic, and I think it's not intuitive. I am much more on the end of like you should increase the skill expression of team ups by giving both players an active button to do something, right? So
But
like
then
there's only a handful.
But then you can't really give it to strong characters because then they become way too powerful. Right? Like if you gave Luna an extra button right now, like what are we doing? If you gave Gambit an extra button right now, right? Like these characters become unplayable. They'll always be banned. That shouldn't be the goal, right? So I actually like anchors because the anchor bonuses, it's not like the anchor bonuses don't do anything, right?
I mean, they're really good. They're really good. Which is the issue too sometimes, though, right? Because once a character loses the anchor bonus, then they have to
usually do a
compensation
compensating
buff them.
buff, though.
Yeah, and then sometimes the compensation buff either underlands. I've never seen the compensation buff be like, they've been fairly compensated. They're either garbage or like, oh, they just buffed her way too much now, and it's like. I don't know, some characters I feel like they live and die by the anchor bonus at times too with the way the team up is. I agree with most of what you say. I just think personally I think anchors are lazy, but I think you're right on the sense of like giving Luna an extra button would be weird, but maybe like make it a mechanic where they have to interact to get the team up or something like that. But I think players just sometimes Marvel Rivals players don't like cooperating. So that's an issue too.
No, I think that is a good point. Like I think a lot of the team ups do come down to whether or not they think that people are actually going to use them and press the buttons together. So I'm kind of more for what Fauwkz said. Like I do think it should probably be one side. I also think they do those anchors as a way to kind of like pseudo balance their game in like a cheap and easy way, like for the developers. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you know how like League would always do these like +5 AD buffs to heroes, and it's just like,
here's extra 100 health on Hulk.
yeah.
But like your boy
Y'all
was
play
anchor
League,
jailed
your
for a
mental
year.
health must be in the garbage.
Dude, I casted it, man. It's I played both League and Overwatch, so I'm cooked, man. My brain is mush.
How'd you get into casting?
COVID. It was just COVID. Like COVID happened, and I had a lot of free time because I had just graduated college, and then I kind of got into it. And there's a lot of resources out there, but yeah, I don't really do League no more. Just I gave a lot of my life to League, and League. You know, I love League, but League don't love me, man. That's all. That's all it is.
That was kind of how I felt.
That's it.
What did you main? What did you main in League?
I was a jungler.
Oh, me too.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I gravitate towards tank role. In Overwatch, I was a tank player. I played Ryan, Winston, Zarya, all that kind of stuff. So
nice.
Okay.
I was an ethical tank player.
Okay. Yeah, I played Graves. Graves Viego.
Okay.
Dude.
What did you play at Overwatch, Fauwkz?
I was a flex DPS player. I played
Let's go.
Pharah, Echo.
Wait,
Sombra,
let's fucking go. We kind of played
Mei.
this similar.
Yeah,
We played
Genji
similar shit.
Tracer. Not really Tracer. I didn't have the mechanical skill to play Tracer, but
filthy
I played
Genji
every
one
other
trick,
flex
yeah.
DPS besides Tracer. So I was a shitty flex DPS player because
nice.
I was unable to play Tracer. So my hit scan player, who back in Overwatch was Mello.
Oh shit.
We were a
nice.
DPS duo. He was the hit scan player who was also the Tracer player. So
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go. Okay, nice.
yeah, I was.
What did you have fun being put in Brig jail?
I loved Brig, bro. Oh,
Oh,
my gosh, I was,
no,
dude. Here's the thing.
no.
So my team right now, Swamp. We had a lot of the same players, right? Me, Mello, Days, FPS, Ryan Guy, my old assistant coach, he was a extremely talented Lucio player. We were all Overwatch players on the same team.
I recognize that name, but anyways, keep going.
Yeah, and so the goats meta, we loved goats, bro, because Daze was a Reinhardt player, and he was one of the best. And oh my gosh, bro, like we would pull back into Overwatch tournaments just to play goats because we thought it was the most fun meta, which I think it was the most fun meta because it was so deathball-y and team play heavy, which is why we like Rivals, because Rivals is just so much more team play heavy.
Yeah, it's kind of goats the game a little bit. Yeah, it feels
a little
like
bit.
It, yeah.
Well, it's just like team play is exemplified in this game, and individualism is more Overwatch,
right?
Especially in 5v5, which is terrible.
Probably be a good time to bring up our thoughts on the Dino changes since we haven't touched on it, and just Dino as a whole. 'Cause
yeah, I got a lot of thoughts on Dino. That guy fucking is the epitome of what 5v5 Overwatch is. Because Dino comps, my issue with Dino is that if you play Dino, your whole comp has to warp around the Dino player. I played a lot of Dino mirrors when I was playing last season, and like if I walk out and my Dino mirror, I have like a Black Panther and I have like a non-frontline DPS, and they're running like they're running like Punisher, Moon Knight, Phoenix. They're running like damage boost, or they're running. If I'm running like Dino plus, no offense, coach, if I'm running Dino Hulk and I walk into Dino Emma, my shit's getting clapped every day. Like I'm just not gonna have a fun time. So Dino comps just became around, or Dino just became around which team built the better Dino comp. I'm sure Fauwkz can attest to it. Even in pro play, that's how it was, right? Like you couldn't walk out. If you walked out on the worst Dino comp, it was way harder to play the game.
You guys want to go first?
No, I want to hear you. I had I think my first interaction with you was me like engagement farming off of your Dino take. So I want to hear what you have to say.
You rage baited the shit out of me. Oh my gosh! No, my first interaction with Coach Mills on Twitter, I was like, "This motherfucker, I hate this guy." Right?
He's been getting good at that.
Guy.
It's not. I'm not being serious at all.
No,
I used to make posts where I was trying to be genuine and I'd get like 5 likes, and I was like, "Nah, all right, I'm just gonna rage bait. I'm just gonna rage bait like poke versus dive, supports and tanks versus DPS, and it's free views."
It's so my issue with I have a different take from Shibby. The issue with Dino wasn't that your comp had to revolve around him. The issue with Dino is you would slot him into any comp and it would be better, right? And it wasn't because the character was good. It wasn't because the character did things. It was because the character had so much stats and so much HP and couldn't die that you didn't have to do anything on the character. When I would VOD review my Dino player Scatter, okay, half the time I'm telling him, stop walking forward. Stop trying to do things. Just exist here, and you get value. They can't take space against you. So you just stand here, and you get value. And if they shoot you, you get more value. Because we're charging our support ults. They're not going to kill you. At the worst, you go down to 200, 100 HP, you press E. Now you're back up to max HP. So the character had so much stats, but he didn't do anything. And so I said it on stream before that he got nerfed. I said he's one shield nerf away from being F tier. Because he doesn't walk forward well. He doesn't do damage well. He doesn't brawl very well, right? Because his head hitbox is so high, he's going to pop like a balloon if he loses even a little bit of sustain. Okay? And then they hurt his sustain, and now he's terrible. So I think he's the worst.
Do you think he's bad? Like, do you have him?
Oh,
you think he's bad?
Oh yeah,
because he actually still has a high win rate in like Eternity lobby.
Yeah, I think he's viable enough, but I think if the enemy team is playing guns that will headshot you, you will pop very quickly. So if you're playing against comps that have more melee, less range, he's still a little viable. Right, he's okay. He's not dead, but like I think I don't know if you'll see him get played in tier 1.
Okay,
I got an idea.
Like I think there's too many characters that are just that rinse him. If he gets Emma grabbed, he's dead.
Right? Cyclops like eats him alive. Like
Cyclops eats him alive because of the right click beam, because you can just cleave their entire team.
Right. Yeah.
So there's just the meta again. When we slow down into a poke meta from a dive meta, the thing about the dive meta is you couldn't poke him out because you had dive characters. But now we're in like a poke triple support meta. We've got enough damage to pop you instantly, right? And then you use your bubble, and then you're not a character.
What
right?
if they gave him a team up with Scarlet Witch since she has reality warping? Just shrink his head.
Just make him smaller. Press a button, make him smaller as hitbox.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah. So but like I actually think it's a good thing. Like if you wanted to add the meme dinosaur character, which like I didn't think should be in the game in the first place because nobody knew who he was, right?
I mean, people were fucking hyped. That's
Yeah,
mainly
so it's
like
it's,
I think that's
it's
where
casual
pros
bait.
and casuals fought. Yeah, but like they pay the
You get to
bills.
play as a
They
big
pay the
fucking
tournament.
dinosaur.
That's fair, but like at the same time, you also want characters that are fun for casuals, and I don't think there's anything about the character that is fun besides the first WoW experience. I'm playing a dinosaur. Once you get past that,
I mean, but like to be
where's the
honest, if
fun?
you're gonna put a dinosaur in a game, what the fuck are they gonna do? Like,
No,
what are they gonna do?
I agree with you. I agree
Like,
with you,
but the thing is, like, from a casual perspective, it's like, oh shit, let's play Rivals this weekend. They have a fucking dinosaur in the game. But like,
Yeah.
like I don't think you can make it better. Like, I just don't know what you can. Like, I can't imagine a good dinosaur design. Like,
I agree with you. I don't know if they should. Like, I don't think they should change the character, but I think this is the type of character that you now at his current power level, you don't touch him.
Just keep him mid.
You
Just keep him mid. Oh, yeah. No,
mid permanently.
Yeah.
Like you don't ever have to buff this character or ever have to nerf this character. Where he is right now, he's not dead. If you want to pick him, you can play him. I saw Guru play him on stream. I've seen other people play him, right? But he's not strong in any which way, and there should be a host of characters better than him, right? But he's at least strong enough to where if you pick him, you're not exactly throwing, but it's like there's a bunch of other characters that you should be on. So I think he's like fine where he is now. I just hated how strong he was on release.
Right.
He ruined the game for an entire season. Let's get it straight. The entire reason 8.0 was the worst season of Rivals was just because of the dinosaur and the impact he had on the entire meta. He took Sue out. He made all these other characters that were fun that people like to play just terrible. He's the reason Black Cat got more play than Daredevil, right? Because the Daredevil got killed by the dinosaur, but the Daredevil or the Black Cat didn't. So Daredevil was still a better character last patch than Black Cat, but
Dino grabs
But
like
Dino
Dino's
grabs the
anti.
Daredevil and can't grab.
Yeah,
Black
Dino
Cat
peel
in
is
frames. So it's
last
like
season was the
everything he
craziest
did
thing.
just made the game feel worse for everybody, right?
Yep.
So but where he is right now, I'm very happy with. I'm glad they nerfed him the way they did, and they didn't need to take a heavy hand to him because he is a glass cannon character where it's like if you touch him a little bit, his power is going to drastically go up and down.
So
He's like a blade type.
that's interesting.
Yeah, a topic we covered a lot last episode was pros versus casual. Who
I
should
saw
we
that, I
balance? Okay, who should we balance the game around? Well, I'll just go right off of what you said. Dino at Celestial Plus, 27% ban rate, 6% pick rate, 53% win rate, and you
Right
say
now?
a hero, yeah, in Celestial Plus.
Okay.
And you say a hero like that, no changes. So your suggestion then would be to keep a hero like this in the game in its current state forever, right? What would your message be then to casuals or like, I guess maybe more what I want to ask is like, where should we draw the line as far as like game balance?
So
Play gun characters.
Yeah, so I heard your guys' entire podcast. It was great. Okay, trust me, it's hilarious. So's light.
It was good shit.
I think the game should be balanced top down, not because I'm a pro, but because I think that actually creates a healthy casual base. Okay, because it's a trickle down. If you keep your pro community happy, and your high elo players happy, well, all your streamers are high elo players, and all the casuals watch the streamers. So if your pro community's happy, your streamers are happy, which means the casuals are happy. Because if you balance around the casuals, everybody's unhappy because they're always going to be complaining about something. Black Panther, Widow, Scarlet Witch,
Moon Knight.
Dinosaur, Thor, Penny, something random. You can't balance for them because they don't play the game properly. So what you should do is balance top down, keep the game healthy at the high elos so that the pros and the streamers are happy, which impact the entire community, right? And then try and have mitigating losses at low elo, where the things that are strong at high elo, if you create good characters like Daredevil, like Captain America, they're going to naturally have good win rates at high and low win rates at low, right? And so you can then balance the bad characters like Black Panther, Widow, Scarlet Witch to make it a healthy environment for the casuals without impacting the pros and streamers at all. And so I think that's actually how you get a healthy game, because if you look at the healthiest games right now, right, the healthiest new game is Valorant, okay? The developers on the release of Valorant straight up said, if you're a casual, this is not for you. We are balancing top down. And it is a thriving game. The viewership is great at pro. All they do is care about their high elo and pro. And that trickles down to everything else, and everybody else is happy. Okay? People play hero shooters to compete. You have naturally more competitive people playing these PvP types of games. If you want to play more casual games, you're going to be on Minecraft and MOBAs and newer games that are coming out like Ion 2, right? Rather than PvP games that you're naturally trying to win, right? So I think you should always be balancing top down, because the data shows the games that do that do well, and the games that try and balance for casuals like Overwatch do terribly. Overwatch died because of 5v5.
Well, it's
lost
very
so
funny
many people because of it.
Because my problem is I do agree with you at your core. Like, I agree with that argument. But what I will say, because I want to echo the comments and I want to echo the sentiment, there's a lot of people that believe that Overwatch died because they bounced for pros. Like, this is a common sentiment that people have, even if it's wrong. They actually believe that. Like, the game bounced from the top down, and that's what killed Overwatch. That's what they believe.
Yeah, but it's just as the farthest thing from the truth. Pro players wanted GOATs gone in 3 months.
Yeah.
And we were the ones who knew how to fix it. I wasn't a pro. I wasn't a pro in that game. I was a tier 2 player. But like,
right.
We wanted Brig to get gutted. You heard Samito clamoring
Brig
from
was
the
created
hills
for
to
casuals, by the way.
Brig.
Brig was
All you
created
had to do
because
was
of
gut
Genji
Brig,
Tracer.
and then the game was better. Okay, and specifically gut her the right way. It was all about Inspire. You just had to attack that singular passive cooldown. Okay, if you attacked that properly, Goats dies. Okay. It wasn't the Diva, it wasn't the Lucio, it wasn't the Zenyatta, it was just about the Brig. Because we were the ones who were wanting that to change, and because Goats wasn't meta for the rest of the people, and again, we also weren't the ones who were like, yo, let's pause the game to change to 5v5 and not balance the game for a year and a half.
Right. But no, the thing is, like, because, you know, I lived through that. I was scrimming through that time. Like, I understand what you're talking about, and I agree with you. My problem is, like, it's very easy to lose the casual audience forever. Like, they are not going to engage with our conversations if we come at it from, like, they don't matter, their opinions don't matter, the balance for them doesn't matter, we're going to bounce from top down, this game is competitive, and if you don't like it, then go play fucking Roblox, because that's kind of what you're saying.
But you want to know why NetEase keeps on doing these huge streamer tournaments? Because they're trying to recruit people like Jinxie. Like, you guys see when Jinxie goes from game to game to game.
Yeah,
he brings
they're
his entire community with him.
Well, no,
right? And the only way you retain players like that is by having a healthy, high-level game, right? And you keep the streamers happy, because then his entire million-person fan base joins the game, increases the community, spends money on the game, and then you try and retain those players. Your goal should all be all about streamers. Okay, I'm not even talking about pro players. Okay, because when I'm talking about top down, screw the pros. Okay, it should be about high level ranked. Okay, which inevitably will be pro.
It's just there's experiences that are not always aligned, even with high level and like mid high, low high. Like there's a lot of people in low elo, or not even low elo, like in Grandmaster, that are fucking banning Moon Knight, or in 8.0, they're just banning Moon Knight.
Yeah, it was a great ban.
Yeah, well, like, but
I agree.
You know how many times we lost scrims because
but they're not
Moon Knight?
But they're not banning Moon Knight for the reason that you're banning Moon Knight. They're banning the Moon Knight because they don't know how to play Psylocke. Like, they don't know how to play these characters that counter like a lot of people don't even understand why Cap is busted. Like, they don't even understand, not until.
But what's Cap's win rate at low elo though?
Yeah, I don't
right?
know what
Like
it's gonna be. It's
again,
probably
the
low.
reason I said Moon Knight was the best nerf that they had this patch is because Moon Knight again
It's 52%. Cap is 52%.
is a
and,
character
like,
that terrorizes low elo and should never be good at pro. So if you
Yeah, I mean,
nerfed
but
Moon
the
Knight, you
thing
are
is, like-
balancing for
Okay, wait,
for
let me look
casuals
at
and pros at the
8.0.
same time.
Let me look
right?
at
Because
8.0.
I want characters to be healthy that don't just ruin the casual experience. That's why when Shibby said buff Black Panther, I was like, you must be crazy, right? Because
Man,
you
his
want
win
to
rate
keep
fell
the game balanced from top down, but that means that you want characters that don't ruin the game, right? At a
Bronze
at
through
at
diamond
low elo
level.
to be encroaching on high elo, and if you get
Right.
good at characters like Cap and Daredevil, you'll climb out of low elo, right?
Yeah.
And so you're incentivizing the climb. You're incentivizing people to learn and develop and improve at a character that is high skill, rather than remain where they are. And so,
I mean, I guess
whenever
I've
people
heard.
bring
I've
up
even
those
heard
characters like Moon
yeah.
Knight and things adjacent to him, it is still in a way balancing top down. Because the only reason the character feels extremely oppressive is because they started encroaching on the meta. Moon Knight was getting played in front to back all the time over Elsa, over Phoenix.
I mean,
He
in
was
every meta, Moon Knight has been like the #1 op for low elo. Like, it doesn't matter what the meta is.
Yeah, not anymore at high elo though, which means he's
This
going to be a
is-
lot healthier for low elo.
This is probably a good opportunity to continue the conversation we had last week with Imperator and Nerf Pool about having two different separate versions of the game. One balanced for rank mode, where all the heroes have different stats, different thing, and then the casual mode, kind of like League does with ARAM, where in quick plays, 18 versus 18, you
Oh.
have totally different
Whoa.
stats.
So you're saying, but the casual, if it's quick, okay, coach, I want to ask you this: do you want quick play to mirror rank though?
Yeah, it should be like an introductory kind of like, okay, you play half a game, this is what it's like, but quick play should have probably different balancing, right? If that's because we one thing we
That'll
talk about
kill
a
the
lot
game.
on this podcast.
That'll kill the game. I'm sorry. That'll kill
Is-
the game. If because so this is, and I'm a big proponent, because the example you bring up for League is because it's an alternative game mode. I'm cool with alternative game modes for rivals that have different balancing, right? 18 versus 18, fucking Hulk punches you, he does 2,000 damage or whatever. Who cares, right? Whatever. You have a completely customizable rule set, all that stuff. But you want your casual player base that plays the game, you want the people that watch the game, if they go watch Coach Mills, Captain Coach, Fauwkz, Shibby, whoever, right? Flats. If they watch that, the idea is they go watch those people and then they can take what they're doing and replicate it in their own games. But now you're saying, I can't watch Flats and him competing or playing in Celestial Top 500. I can't watch Coach Mills fry people on Phoenix because Phoenix in this queue, quick play, casual, does 30% damage. You do not, in my opinion, you do not want to disconnect your casual audience
That's a good point. I
from
haven't
what
thought
they are
about that.
visually seeing, because that is, in my opinion, that's a very, very quick way to kill your game. Because why do people watch streamers? Why do people watch pro players? Because they the people that invest their time and their capacity to watch stuff for this stuff is because A, they want to be entertained, but B, they want to know what is the best shit to play? How do I play this character? Why do I play this character? Why, what are they doing that I'm not doing? And when can I take that into ranked immediately? There are, I think a majority of the audience, they watch people play Marvel Rivals, and then they want to go do that same shit. And now you're disconnecting it, which personally I think is a bad thing. I'm okay with
What were you gonna
alternative
say,
game
Coach,
modes.
though? What were you going to say, though? Because before Shibby interjected, you were going to finish your point.
I don't remember. I kind of agree with you. Maybe just have separate rule set or like power levels in the other game mode. To me, oh yeah, I was talking about what we talked about on previous episodes, where it seems like they do not have a very consistent, overarching design philosophy when it comes to the types of changes they make on patch notes. I think this patch, for instance, was definitely more targeted at the higher ranks. And I think that's why most people are generally happy with it. But you go and ask another portion of the player base, it's the worst patch ever. And to me, it's like, okay, how many of these, quote, good patches do we need in a row before we're at the point where we think NetEase is committing themselves to actually balancing around the higher levels? Because to me, it just seems like they're wildly inconsistent. And to your point, Shibby, I think that's arguably more detrimental to the game when all your best players are just complaining that whatever, Phoenix just got a buff last patch. It's like, what are we doing, right? So it's like, I think there's two sides to the argument. I do agree with you, though. I think Quick Play probably should mirror ranked, but curious to hear your thoughts, Fauwkz. Separate game modes.
So I agree with the design philosophy, right? Like, I do think NetEase should come out with maybe a statement, either privately or publicly, right, to their either pro community or streamers, and say, hey, this is going to be our new balance approach, okay? And this is how we're going to try and do it, okay? And if it's top down, we want feedback. And if it's bottom up, we're just going to be balancing for the casuals, okay? But
yeah, let us know. Let us know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, which I think that's I think that's a good idea to do, because we know where Valorant stands and we kind of know where League stands and the healthy esports. And what I think you should try and do is you should try and emulate the successful ones, right? But I'm not a big fan. I agree with Shibby on that. I don't splitting the game, at least if it's a separate game mode, and kind of do what like again, I don't know League at all, guys, but like what Deadlock did with the extra game mode that they just added, where it's like a 4v4.
Overwatch has different balancing, right? For different game modes.
I think that's good, but you could also, like, if you're talking about like Overwatch and how Overwatch does like the 5v5 is the main game and 6v6 is the alternative, you could make something like that. But I'm not the biggest fan of splitting the player base. I actually think Rivals is in a pretty healthy spot, casual wise. I think the issue that you're gonna have is, in order for Rivals to grow and to be long-term successful, you need the esport to grow, right? And so you need Twitch viewership to go up. So you need Twitch viewership to go up, and you need the pro scene to get healthier, right? And the way you're going to do that is with drops, with targeted advertising. And I think NetEase is a little behind on that, but I think that's because they're a Chinese company and their player base is in America and EMEA. And so I think they're slowly kind of catching on to it. And again, this is a newer game. It's only been a year and a half, right? And so once they realize that with the esports growth comes the casual retention, or at least, because again, your goal shouldn't be casuals. It should be player retention. And the players you are going to keep are the hardcore people, right? And those are the ones that are going to stay and going to keep your game healthy and going to keep your game alive, okay? And so the way you get those people is with communities of streamers and things like that. And so yeah, I don't know if I directly answered your question.
It's interesting, Fauwkz, because I do agree with you in some regard, but I also think it's important to note that, I mean, League of Legends and Valorant are not rivals. Like, Rivals is not really as reliant on the esports scene as those games are to stay alive. Like, if the esports scene just vanished, those games would not, I mean, they would just die.
They would die quickly.
They would die quickly. Rivals is not quite to that level. I'm not saying that esports isn't a very important pillar, but if this game turned into like a pure Destiny 2 casual game, I think it would still be very profitable. Like, extremely profitable. We saw the
But it
spike.
wouldn't be relevant, though. Destiny 2 isn't relevant.
What does relevant mean? Like,
relevant is
millions of dollars,
money, because again, at the end of the day, NetEase wants.
When the Zombies mode came out, we saw the highest peak since launch. When the Zombies mode came out, that's just a fucking pure casual game.
Yeah, but that was fire, and the entire high elo community and streamers loved that.
I mean, that's
again,
true.
that was a streamer thing too.
But
you saw streamers playing that for 20+ hours.
Like, I really think that if they want to just, I mean, you said it with skin drops. Like, if they just gave like banger skin drops for the pro scene, and like, instead of like, how do I put it? Like, as long as you have a really healthy community and like people that care about drops and shit, and you have really cool drops, maybe 10% of the people that are trying to farm drops off of a pro match, they're like, hey, this shit's actually pretty cool. Let me watch this.
But I think the difference between Destiny 2 and a game like this is Destiny 2 isn't PvP, primarily.
Right.
And,
I mean, I think Rivals is somewhere between that and...
But it's way closer to what Overwatch was. And Overwatch at its peak, and Overwatch when it was doing well due to Overwatch League, due to consistent balance cycles, due to 6v6 and a healthy general game.
Well, I don't agree with the Overwatch League thing, but I do agree with the 6v6.
Okay, but that was something that was happening at the time. It had a good product in 6v6. It had the developers actually developing and balancing the game before they abandoned it. Okay, and if you're comparing it to the other things, right? If you look at all the 3 healthiest games right now that are PvP, You got CS, you got League, and you got Valorant. They're all esports heavy, and they've been around forever now. Okay, it's all just about the top of the game, and their casual community is great. Go to Valorant. Swift plays still bumping. You got E-daters everywhere. Okay, like it's.
I fucking hate that game, by the way. I hate fucking Valorant.
Sign of a game
I hate
success.
it.
But it's the same thing with
Holy
CS and
shit.
League, right? You have a casual community inside your competitive community.
Why
that's
can't
keeping
gamers
it
just be
alive.
fucking balding and virgin? Why do we have E-daters in our goddamn fucking shooter
But
games?
the other thing is
Sorry.
with
My bad.
the super high elo and pro community comes sponsorships from other companies. These pro tournaments that get huge viewership numbers bring in sponsorships, which is really where NetEase can make the money. Okay, not even off of the skin drops.
So like,
but like
I do
sponsored
know
by
that
Pepsi.
I want the esports scene to be really vibrant. I'm a big fan of top to down balance, but I will say that like I don't really think that that's where the money is made. I think that casuals make the money through skins, and the money gets flown into.
But
the
casuals
esports
by
scene.
their nature float around
I think
from game to game.
esports is always going to be a loss leader for rivals.
But
I
don't
think
you think
it's ever gonna
casuals
generate
just
money.
float around from game to game and they go to wherever the
Not when there's a new
the
character
new
every
hot thing?
month. Like there's a new character every month. There's new skins every month. They just dump money in there.
But there's going to be a
And
new game every year.
The casuals are typically the whales when the competitive players are not. Like the hyper competitive players are not the whales of a game. They're not the really rich people that play the game randomly 9 to 5 that are fucking engineers in their personal life. Those are the people that like, oh, I'm just gonna buy fucking every skin in the shop. Like that's the person. Like, and I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that. Like the esports scene is leaning really hard on the competitive.
But
the casual
those
scene.
things
They're not
die
gonna ever make money.
over time when new
but
games release.
They already talked about how they want 200 characters in the game. The Disney.
That's not a bad thing.
No, but what I'm saying is that this game is not like a casual game that, like, it's not like some random other casual game. Like that's my thing. It's like a supercharged casual game that is gonna make so much fucking money that they can just bankroll millions of dollars into their pro scene, and they don't care if it makes money.
But
they
again,
just don't
right?
care.
You're
But that's what
talking
you're
about,
supposed to
but
do,
Mills,
right?
You're talking
Esports
about what's
is used
keeping
as a
the casual
marketing
people
arm.
around, though. It's
Right.
hero releases and skins. That's going to be constant.
No,
It's
I
not
agree,
changing.
but there also needs to be like, I think perception matters too, and like the perception of we don't give a fuck that you're dealing with these problems in low elo. We're only going to balance from the pro scene. Like I don't think that that's a good.
But
I don't
think
really
you can
think
make
that that's a
the
good
difference is I don't think you can make casual players happy. They're going to have some random issue. Like what does balancing for casuals look like?
I mean, there's just
nerfing-
probably just like
nerfing
you have to
Squirrel
take a look at all the characters that they
Nerfing
suffer.
Squirrel
Yeah, legit.
Yeah,
like
nerfing
legit.
Scarlet Witch,
Penny
like, what
Parker,
are we gonna do?
Squirrel
You're not going to
Girl,
have any
like
guys,
that.
but again, you're not going to have any pros complain that Squirrel Girl got nerfed. Nobody wants that character to be pro.
I think it is a sign of your esports viability or whatever ability to be successful when we talk about just casually without even batting an eye that the best way to increase the viewership for it is to add an in-game skin instead of increasing the quality of the actual gameplay or watchability of the sport itself. That to me is a major issue because I personally don't think
Say that
Rivals is
again.
the fact that we're saying the best way to promote the esport is to offer rewards rather than actually focusing on whatever the balance, the viewer experience, watching it, enjoying it. Because I personally, I don't really enjoy watching pro Rivals. To me, the
Hero
for fun
shooters always
tournament.
have that problem.
Yeah, bro.
No,
The
you
for
know
fun
what?
tournaments to me are where it's at.
We like watching you, Fauwkz. Just you. But
Thank you.
Well, also, hero shooters fundamentally will always have watchability, viewability
Mills,
problems,
the
right?
skin drops are bait to get people on the stream.
No, yeah,
and
it
then
works.
the product
But
is what keeps them.
Well, I guess my core argument is like it doesn't matter how good the pro scene is. There's just a giant percentage of people that will never engage with it, no matter how good it is. So like,
Yeah.
we just want like mass exposure. Like come out with the. Like I was suggesting in the previous pod, like maybe a new hero,
Okay.
you get to play test it 3 days early if you fucking watch this pro match, like something like that.
Well-
like you could literally funnel like hundreds of thousands of people into a pro match, and they could do it so easily if they wanted to. Like,
Well, also NetEase doesn't use their esports division or their competition as a marketing arm. Fauwkz brought up 3 games right now, right? The 3 best ones: Valorant, League of Legends and CS:GO, and two of those games are owned by the same company, Riot Games, which I unfortunately have intimate knowledge of. They use those games as marketing arms, and pro players are like, for at least early on. You can argue now they're not, but in Valorant they are right now. A lot of the pro players are the faces of that game. So if NetEase doesn't do a good job using their esports scene as a good marketing arm to say, hey, come and watch our esports scene. This is why you should watch it. You're a casual player. We've got all the people that are playing the best heroes. You learn how to play them, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to push back. A lot of the pro players in Marvel Rivals, how many of them stream consistently? How many of them market consistently? How many of them create YouTube videos?
How many of them run down your fucking games on their ults? Sorry, my bad.
Sure. But you have you have to pull teeth to get pro players to create guides on heroes when they should be doing that shit themselves, right? Like, don't get me started on the laziness of pro players and why they don't do a good job promoting their own scene.
I disagree with
that
all.
shit
I
happened
disagree
in
with
League.
everything
You disagree?
Shibby's just said.
So wait, time out. So Cooper bringing out one guide every 6 months on how to fucking play a support hero is bad, is good?
Cooper is a full-time student while being also having to scrim 4 to 6 hours a day. While having to
esports not easy. We know esports not easy though.
Having to VOD review at the same time, while
Agreed.
also having to queue ranked. When has he got time to put out content?
So what were League players doing back then, though? What were Overwatch players doing back then? You guys are around for early Overwatch League and early pro Overwatch. The top streamers that were also competitors, right? XQC was a comp player before he was and then he got big streaming.
Yeah, this game's only been out. This game's only been out a year, and the top players are all 17 and 18. You're talking about people who were above 20, 22, 23 when they were playing the game. Let these guys graduate high school, brother.
Right? Not all of them are in high school.
They all stream. Most of them are partnered. They're just learning at this right, and they're trying to stay at the top. Okay, and so doing that is hard, and then putting out content comes with time. They're going to put out content. Okay, they're innately putting out content by streaming. They all stream. I don't know a pro player besides like some few.
Yeah, but you have to be what is the difference between watching? So, for example, Fauwkz streams a lot. I know Fauwkz streams. I watch Fauwkz streams. But, like, why should I, as a player, as a casual person, say, shit, I want to watch Fauwkz over fucking take your top 5 people, Mark Deasy, Panu, fucking Flats,
because
all these people.
Because they're better at the game.
Sure,
That's always why we would watch a pro player.
Yes, I agree. But how do you get them into the restaurant to know the food is good, Fauwkz?
You advertise it well.
And how do pro players do that? You can't just turn the fucking stream on.
Not pro players, okay? The game advertises it well. They don't market at all right now for pro.
They don't market the. I agree. That was my first critique. NetEase doesn't use their esports division as a marketing arm. But on top of that, that also falls onto the teams and the pro players to promote and create content.
That would actually be dope.
Players,
but no, there has to be viability for this. There has to be viability for the resources being invested in it. Okay, right now it's not profitable to do it. Right, esports is typically a bleeding investment. Okay, and in order to actually
for pro teams, you're talking from the pro team angle, right?
Most pro esports besides the 3, right? And so the way you actually need to get it, if you want companies to invest in your product and promote your product, you need the product to then be marketed for them and good for them. And that's how you create a healthy player base with good viewership, do the skins, do all that, and then you actually get a community that's going to last you decades, right? Like these other esports. Or else, if you go casual, your esport dies, and then your casual community will go and flop to the next game and the next game and the next game, and you'll slowly bleed players. But if you get the commitment from the players, pros, streamers, and you keep them around with the content that you're doing for casuals at the same time, but you create the product for the pro scene, and then you're able to market that, that's how you create the healthy esport.
But what is the biggest draw for pro team? Like, why should the casual player watch Swamp Gaming? I'm gonna ask you to speak from Swamp's perspective because you're their coach. Casual players want to watch their favorite pro players, and if their favorite pro players, like I said, make more content, do all that stuff, right? Now I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna go watch Valentina, Fauwkz, Krasbang, all these people. I want to go watch my favorite players fucking shit on other people. But if we're not doing that on like a holistic scale. I'm talking all the pro teams, not just Swamp, but like on a holistic scale. If a lot of the players, like you said, if your reasoning is they're young, they're inexperienced, they don't know what to do, it's not like esports is new. We've been doing this for a while. You just said it yourself. Replicate what the successful
but at the
esports
same time, you
games
even go to
did.
you even go to other esports, okay? And not every Valorant pro player is a successful streamer or even
No,
relatively
of course
big.
not.
So
No, of course not.
It's
But
just
like,
you have to have
but
the
you
personality
need those
for it and
people. Yeah, you need those
No, but
people, and I don't think
it's
we
about
have them.
it's about the company first and then the player second. Okay, if a player is going to be successful streaming, they'll be successful streaming regardless.
Who's our most popular pro player streamer? Who's our most popular pro player? It's Light, probably,
No,
or one of the three.
Well, no, it's Saipe.
Saipe, and then you have Karova, who's kind
No,
of in
then
and
it
out.
would be TTK.
And what do they pull? Like, what do they pull normally?
The Saipe's always at 1,000 plus, and Saipe and TTK's usually at like 600.
Yeah, they need to be able to beat out the popular streamers, and we need more of that. That's which falls
There
upon
isn't
players.
very many popular
Yeah.
streamers streaming the game. There's only like 3, and they are beating the rest.
I think it's a. I think
So
it's a production.
I don't
think-
know. I don't know what your point is here, because again, I'm talking about you need to grow the player base with investment to get companies to invest, to get sponsorships to invest, so the esports becomes more successful, so that resources come in, so that the pro players get paid more, and then the game becomes more healthy.
I would argue that they could give those resources right now. Like
Maybe.
they're printing insane amounts of
probably.
money. It's like actually just a fucking metric fuck.
Yeah,
ton of
maybe.
money.
But again,
I mean, when the
when
big dog comes down and says, "Oh yeah, let's plan out all 200 heroes like today," like you know that the game has made so much money, it's insane. And
did they?
like,
When did they say that? By the way, I never saw that.
yeah. Like it was a big article where they were talking to. It was like the guy that was connected to NetEase, like the contact at Disney. They already have like all these characters. Like they have the game
I know
planned
the
out,
leaks
like,
just
many,
came out of
many
like the
years.
next like 6 characters, which by the way,
No.
shout out
No,
Eddie's and Dr. Doom.
what they basically did is
Oh
they
my gosh.
gave the green
Yes.
light. They gave the green light for this game for a very, very long time. But this is one thing I wanted to say, Fox, and I think I'm curious if you'll agree or disagree. I think that a lot of these problems that we're having won't be problems the longer the game just keeps moving on. Like
Won't be?
no, they won't be a problem anymore. The longer the because
Like what?
because the player base a player base naturally gets more competitive the longer the game lives. Like people get more ingrained. The people that are sticking around get more ingrained and more interested into the high level parts of the game. Like you see that with like even a game like Valorant, where maybe early like it was just kind of like fun streamers of the game, and now it's like pros. Like people are more interested in the pro scene, and like people are all interested in getting better. I think we'll see the same thing where like we're still really early in the pro life cycle. Like there's gonna be problems
I agree.
right now,
No, I
but
know,
like
but
but the problems will be less on year 2, and they'll be less on year 3, and by year 6, like comparing this game to like League today, it's like it's gonna be so far behind. Like
I'm
we need time.
totally aware of that. I'm not saying we can get there quickly, but I'm saying in order to get there and to surpass that game, because again, if this game could get to where Valorant is, but the only way it's going to get there is, again, your casual community is going to be happy regardless. Why? Because the content train is, as you said, planned out for a long time. You're always going to have content, which is not pro friendly, but it's also not like we don't hate it. It's great for us too. We love it. It makes the game fresh and happy and things like that. It makes my life a little bit more miserable, but that's okay. Who gives a fuck about me? Okay.
We care, bro.
Thank you.
You seem like a good guy. Yeah, we care.
But again, if you want this game to be able to reach the heights that the other thing needs, you need an esport attached, or else the PvP games just don't live. They just die. Right? Again, Overwatch is doing so well right now. Why? Because Blizzard figured out how to
Finally, yeah.
how to figure out how to market for OWCS and their Pro League and drops and things like that, and content release. You got the content release, the casuals are happy. You drop 6 characters at the same time, and now you're marketing to pro. All they have to do is fix their product, and that game will be better than it's ever been. Revert it to 6v6, and Overwatch is alive. Okay? And Rivals, on the other hand, has a good product for the most part. They're doing a decent job balancing. I'm not complaining about the balance. I think besides these problem characters that get put in, they actually do quite a good job balancing. But if we're talking about the direction that they need to go, the direction they're going kind of right now is kind of top-down balancing, and the balance is pretty good. We talked about it earlier. Every single tank is basically viable. Every single support besides 2 is basically viable. Same thing in the tank role. And DPS, the bad ones are bad. The ones that are unhealthy are bad. The ones that should never be strong are bad. You've got a bunch of mid-table DPS, and then you've got your really, really good ones. That's a very healthy environment hero-wise, right? And so as long as they keep that up, the product's going to do well. You got to annihilate a problem character here or there, Dino, Black Cat, take him out back, shoot him, right? And then you're good, right? And the only thing the game needs to continue to grow is grow its pro scene, and then you're really going to get the competitive scene. You'll get more streamers that way, right? Et cetera, right? So the only thing Rivals is missing right now is streamers and investment in pro. If you do that and you figure out how to do that in the next year or two, right, your game's going to be successful for a long freaking time because you've got the branding behind it, you got the content schedule behind it, and you've got a good product. As long as you don't screw up and go roll Q and 5v5 and this nonsense, you're going to do a good job.
I will fucking crash out, by the way. That's
Yeah,
why
I'll
I quit
leave.
Overwatch.
No, I'll leave
You
so
know?
fast.
I'm actually...
Right? Roll Q, I'm leaving.
But again,
I mean,
right? What you don't want to see is a game like Deadlock come around and poach half your pro scene, and the level go way down because money's going into Deadlock in the pro meta because Valve is investing tons of resources, right? You don't want that to happen because that's going to hurt the game. That will hurt the game. Right?
I think that's already
You'll
been
see,
happening.
You'll
to
see
be
streamers
honest.
leave and everything like that, right? Because again, the big streamers right now, J3, Flats like that, they watch party. Those are their big content streams. Is they watch party the pro matches. That's how they get their good viewership, right? They've got a good relationship with Netties and they watch party all the pro matches. You want those people to be happy and get more people like them, you gotta invest. So
That's fair.
and that comes top down.
So kind of
Yeah,
rotating... Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I was
go
just gonna say I'm also tacking on to that. It's like I think we're speaking as if our casual player base isn't that high. I think a stat just came out like a couple weeks ago where what is it like weekly on console side, 1.8 million players log in on PlayStation alone. By the way, this is
This
even
game is
talking
insanely huge on console.
like Will Mills. By the way, I don't think we'll ever lose our cat. Like when Grand Theft Auto comes in, yeah, sure, fucking ghost
it's
town.
gone.
Like half of
I mean,
half our
every
population is gonna be
fucking
gone.
person is losing
But
it,
but the people that are gonna play Grand Theft Auto were tourists, kind of anyway, to Marvel Rivals, right? Like the casual player base, regardless. 1.8 million on
I mean,
PSN,
the pool of Marvel is just
PlayStation.
insane. Marvel is just the
Yeah.
fucking goat.
That's
when
a
they
little
release on
optimization,
Switch-
though, thing. If they fix the optimization, the reason it's so big on console and it's not as big on PC is optimization. If they fix the optimization on PC,
They've
don't
been
have an
needing
issue
to
with
do
that
an
on console.
optimization patch for like every patch.
Well,
Like,
they took
so it's-
configs out,
They're
and now
slowly
like
doing it. It's a slow
Yeah.
leak instead of a burst.
Right.
So
Yeah, I just think this game's gonna look so much better year 3 than it does right now. Like, it's,
I
every
agree.
year
I
it's
don't-
gonna look
yeah,
better.
Doctor
Like,
Doom will be in the game. Of course, it's going to look better.
let's fucking
Thanos
go.
will be in
He
the
better be a
game,
shield
bro.
tank, baby. Give me a shield tank.
no,
he better
he's gonna be a
fly.
brawl tank.
No,
Brawl
well,
tank.
yeah,
He better-
a flying shield tank that can fucking lightning.
Hey, I don't
you.
care. Give
I
him
don't
every
fucking- I
ability.
don't fucking
Let me
know.
have
I don't,
them
I don't
all.
know. Oh, wait. Do y'all read the comics? Do y'all know about the universe, Fauwkz?
A little
ship?
bit.
A little bit.
I
I don't know. Are you
I
guys,
read
are you
comics
guys
close
close
up.
to me or am I unk here?
I
mean,
might be the oldest.
Well, okay.
Let me go first.
I'm
I'm
30 this year.
Oh,
I'm 30 now.
So you're 30 right now. You're 29 right now.
I'm 29. Yeah.
And then Cat to Coach is technically the oldest. He's 40.
like 50.
No, he's
Yeah.
he's 32, 33,
37.
Oh!
36. I'm 29 as well. Fauwkz, you and I are the same age.
When's your
Okay.
birthday?
April 13th.
Shit.
Are we
I'm the
really
youngest.
close?
Let's
oh,
go.
you're the youngest. But I have 2 kids, so I feel like I'm actually the fucking oldest. I feel
You
really
are the oldest by that. bro.
Yeah.
Kids age you.
Every
Kids age
every
you.
kid is aging me like at
Stress-wise.
least 3 years. I'm already balding, bro. It's over. It's fucking over for me. So yeah. But the last thing that we like to do often is we like to say what hero do we want to see next. If there's one hero, you could talk about the character it would be from a show or a comic, and then what it does, like generally what it does, what role. Do you have any specific?
Let me.
Go, Shib.
So so for context, I read comics growing up as younger. Like I'm a little. Obviously, we're all old. So for me, I need him to be a Vanguard. I need Iceman in the game ASAP. Like I need.
I haven't heard that one. That's a good character.
Iceman,
Iceman.
Ice,
That'd be
because
fire.
the way Because he
Iceman.
is, so he can create clones. They're all same
be dope.
durability as he is. His traversal, if they don't fuck up the traversal where he can shoot ice and he's flying around the map, like Iceman as a Vanguard that can create clones of himself to like tank and like has like a atomic freeze ability, whatever. I don't care what they do, but for me, the two things they have to get right is his traversal and making him a Vanguard. I'm a big Iceman fan, bro. That guy, Omega, he is like the coolest Omega level mutant in my mind because he has beaten Legion, and he did it by freezing his brain so he couldn't do anything. He couldn't adapt. He couldn't do a lot of cool shit about Iceman. Iceman, he froze hell over. Like, I don't know. That's just cool to me, but I'm a big Iceman guy. So give me Vanguard Iceman.
Iceman. Okay. I like that shit. That sounds cool. What about you, Fauwkz? You got any?
I mean, the one character I've been asking for to come into the game is scheduled to come in season 11, allegedly Dr. Doom. So I just hope he's awesome. All this triple roll nonsense, I don't want it. He better be a Vanguard, and he better have the ability to fly for a short duration. Okay? And as long as his kit is like, I don't want him to be permanently flying like Angela, but he should have like an ability like the Cyclops F, where you can just go into the sky, and then if you can hover for a little bit, like a short duration, and shoot from there, that'd be total gas. I don't need him to have a shield or anything. You could have like a block or something, right? Make him mega busted, make him better than Gambit on release, something like that. But if there was another character, because he's already scheduled to come out, they should release Kang. Just release the biggest, baddest villains in this game. Now, again, you're probably going to stagger releasing people like Doom, Kang, and Thanos. But Kang is the other one. Once Doom comes out, the only character in this game that I want released is Kang the Conqueror. He's the coolest person. He'll probably be a DPS. He'll just kill everything, right? Right. Him and Doom are kind of similar in kind of how they fought too. If you like the movies or like the comics, right? And so I think that'd be kind of cool. Is you'd have like a villain in each kind of role. Maybe not strategist, but they could probably release some Omega sick character for strategist.
So mini story on stream. Someone asked me what hero, what new character would I be if I was a Rivals character, and I was like, "What do you think, chat? What do you think? What would I be?" And someone said, "Oh, you'd be MODOK." I was like, "Oh, I don't know who that character is." I was like, "What?" I'll search it up. So I searched up fucking MODOK, and it's this fucking guy. And so now my chat calls me fucking Mildock.
He's coming. Apparently, he's been.
So, anyways,
leaked.
I'm rank 1 Mildock. I'm claiming it right now. No one gets to fucking main that character when he comes out eventually.
You're gonna be a big ass square in a
yeah,
in a chair.
Exactly. I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. He's probably a support or something. Like mind controlling people. I don't fucking know. Anyways,
I think they need to take a break from releasing X-Men for a little bit, though. I know, they've
are
released
a lot.
a ton of X-Men.
Yeah.
Okay. I think they need to chill on the X-Men for a little bit.
Yeah, it would
okay?
be sick.
It's like how many in a row have we gotten or something like this?
But what about Nightcrawler, bro?
Nightcrawler's gonna be.
The problem is
Nightcrawler's
X-Men are cool as shit. That's just Jubilee, Nightcrawler. Like there's so many fucking cool ones.
So many though.
Ghost Rider when he comes. Ghost Rider is gonna come in.
Every single
Spider-Man has a ton of villains you could have. Green Goblin, Doc Ock, the Sandman.
Green Goblin's apparently coming.
That'd be how hype would it be for that if they release all the Spider-Man villains at once, like you're talking with Overwatch?
What do you guys think about that? Like big hero releases where they have like multiple
a whole
at the same
bunch.
Time.
It would be crazy.
I'm not the biggest
but
fan of it. I'm not the biggest fan. Of it.
Did you not like the Fantastic Four drop, Fauwkz?
No, not really.
I thought it was the best marketed
one. I like
one.
one hero at a time.
If we, how do I put it? If we didn't get heroes this often, then maybe it would be cool. But it would be crazy. Like, I cannot even imagine. Like just think of the last 4 releases. What is it? Dino, Black Cat. What were the 2 before that? What was the order?
White Fox, and then you had
White Fox, Dino, Black Cat, Elsa.
Like,
imagine
Deadpool.
if they released all 4 of those characters at the same time. Like in the release state.
The only way I think it would be okay is they took a break.
That would,
Like if you took like you're going season by season, okay, and then you tell the community, hey guys, we are heavy focusing on optimization for the next 2 months, and we are gonna make it so that you can play this game on a toaster, okay? But to reward you guys for your patience and thank you guys for this, in 3 months we're gonna release 3 characters. Right?
I would like that shit a lot.
And we've already got them banked up, and we're just going to drop them quickly.
And at the same time, they rework like 4 other characters. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I think right now they've just been doing like reworking abilities. They've never actually like done what like Overwatch has done.
I want a
and, like,
full
total
on
rework.
That would
Yeah.
be so sick. There's a lot of characters they could do it for too, and it would be sick.
Yeah, I think there's only like 3 that really need it. Right? It's like Storm, Black Panther, and Adam. That's like it.
Storm, Black Panther. For a while, I thought Torch, but they kind of did rework him. So like,
Yeah, they just
basically
slightly
did,
changed their abilities and how they function, and then they slowly increased their power.
yeah, like
I like
they
it. I like the way
they
they've done
reworked
Torch.
him. They reworked him in like 4 patches, but they did eventually rework him. All right, so final thing we'll talk about scale from 1 through 10. How do you feel about patch 8.5? What do you think, Shibby? 1 through 10.
So, as of right now, with the limited amount of time we've had with ranked, with like 5 days, I probably give it like a 7. It's not my most enjoyable patch yet, but it's not like bad. Like at people that are complaining that it's like the worst patch or XIZ, I think it's a good patch. I think there's less must bans than there was last season. Like you said, like if you got 1 double ban, you got to play against some like fuck shit. And like this season, it's not as bad. Like as a tank player, I can be biased and say like, oh, Wolverine's not fun to play against and all that stuff. But like you can ban him out, and it's not that big of a deal. Your life is fine. So yeah, I'll probably give it like a 7.5. Not my most enjoyable. I wish some other tanks were a little bit more fun to play, right? But 7.5. It's pretty enjoyable.
Oh, Coach, we never got your hero that you want.
Oh, I mean, well, I've answered this one so much. I saw Gore the God Butcher for season 10. I'm really
Do
excited.
you want him
for
to be a tank though?
Oh
He's
yeah,
gonna be
for
a
sure.
duelist. He's gonna be a duelist.
You
You
gonna
think
leave
so?
Hulk for him though, Coach?
I'll probably not leave a Hulk for anybody. But damage, like a DPS form for Hulk. We're talking about like Ultron tank. I would see like a DPS Hulk. You could do like tank Iron Man. There's so many cool things they could do. So
Yeah.
that and Thanos has always been mine. But
You could do some crazy things with it. I hope they don't for these big releases like Thanos, Kang, Doom. I hope they don't do the triple roll thing. I think that was a Deadpool unique thing that they could do. And there's other cool things that they could do for other characters. And I think Deadpool uniquely fits that because of his like 4th wall breaking and things like that.
Yeah, I agree.
that's fair.
Is there any other character that breaks the 4th wall in all of
Squirrel.
Marvel?
I think Squirrel Girl does, right?
Oh.
Didn't she like kill the god of the universe or whatever?
What?
Galactus?
Yeah. I don't fucking know.
Oh, well, she has like 100% win rate in the comics. She never loses or something like that.
Yeah, it's some weird
What,
bullshit.
what about you, Fauwkz? What do you think 1 through 10? What's your...
Okay. All right. So I'd give the patch notes a 10 out of 10.
Ooh.
I think the patch notes were so good. Okay. Like basically maybe like a 9. Okay. They were really, really good. Besides Mantis is kind of the outlier. Everything is good. Now the meta that we're in, maybe like a 6.
Okay.
Right? I think it's a little bit too triple support happy. But that's one character change away from being bad. Or from being good. Okay? Because I think we're almost in a situation where all the supports are good, all the tanks are good, enough of the DPS are good and viable and healthy, and poke, front to back, death ball, and dive are all almost equally, and triple support are all almost equally strong. It's like a few character adjustments away from being a extremely healthy game.
And then they're going to ruin it with whatever hero they release next.
And Gige, to credit NetEase, I think that's why they like releasing DPS, because DPS don't change the metas.
100%.
They just
I
they just
1,000%
exist and slot in to the meta,
100%
right? And I
agree.
think characters like main tank characters and specifically supports are very, very. You have to be very careful about what you do with them, or else it might break your game, right?
I 100% agree.
So
yeah.
Yeah, so
100%
they need to be very careful about supports. Tanks less so, but DPS just do whatever the heck you want. So I know there's people who are like they need to take a DPS break. It's like no, they don't. They're fine. Just keep on going 1, 2,
Just
3,
1,
1, 2,
1,
3,
1,
1, 2, 3. Yeah. Just keep on going 1, 2, 3, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like every DPS is viable anyway. So it's like,
some of them are just like they're necessarily bad, right? Like Squirrel Girl and Wanda need to stay where they are because they're. I call them the marijuana of the DPS category. They're just gateway drugs to getting into playing DPS, which is a good
Get
thing.
the fuck
You should
off
have
of
those
Mary
characters.
Jane. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, like, that's a
A.
good point
Smith,
to
bro.
say. Like to tank and support players that disagree with what he's saying here, we can give you terrible support and tanks to put them in the fucking,
you
the
don't want
bottom
more
half of DPS that the DPS players have, or you can just be happy with 1-1-1-1-1-1-1.
Yeah, you don't want more dinos. You want more tank pools. You want more like tank pools and more Captain Americas, less Ultrons.
How would you feel about Diva in Rivals? You think she would break the game? Would she be really strong?
Nah, it's basically Angela. It's just
Defense matrix is kind of crazy. I feel like.
Yeah, no, okay. You're talking about like actually Diva.
Yeah,
in
legit
Rivals?
Diva. Just make
that character's the greatest thing of all time in Overwatch. So it's
right.
In 6v6,
being able to eat damage is
Yeah,
eat
so-
ultimates.
well,
How many
that's-
ultimates
that's
could you
Magneto.
Well, because
That's
my
Magneto
argument is
shield,
that
too.
Diva kept hit scan in check for a very, very long time in Overwatch. Like I think if Diva never existed in Overwatch, the game would have played out entirely
Angela's just Diva with CC. So if you made a different version of Angela without CC and with guns, you've got Diva. I don't think you need the defense matrix because Angela fundamentally kind of does what Diva does. She just has a pin, unfortunately. If you remove the pin and
I
replace it with a
want
gun-
to walk on top of an invis and prevent her from healing anybody for 3 seconds. Nope, you can't. Okay, what about you, Captain Coach? What do you think? 1 through 10. What do you think overall?
What I give the patch notes for our last podcast we went over? I think I
We
gave him a
rated pretty
6.5.
low. Yeah, 6, something like that.
Yeah, which to me is like I think I gave it like a B- in like my patch notes video, which is a step in the right direction. I think this patch is gonna kind of expose the fact that obviously to a lot of people poke very, very easy, unfun to play against, and it's my hope is now that this patch is yeah.
Nobody likes getting one-shot mills. Nobody likes getting
Yeah,
one-shot.
well, that's why you play as the one-shotter, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Can't
Play
be
better
a-
Either
heroes.
one-shot or
It's,
become
I don't make
one-shot,
the rule.
dude.
Like I've given up on trying to,
Because like I
I've
agree.
given up. I've
Like
given up.
I think Dive is still good, but I think Poke is going to be the clear favorite. So I'm hoping what this patch does is like, okay, now we kind of see that Poke is a little strong. Do the Moon Knight change to all these heroes, and I just kind of want to see the general output of everything just go down like a little bit. So like I'm with you, just like nerf everything a little bit, and then kind of play into what makes each hero unique. So it's not about like raw stats with everything. So I think this patch is like good. I think it's good. I just want to see the numbers come down a little bit and have it be a bit more strategic
Bro,
and a bit
Nitties
more.
to call me and just let me make one
Oh,
patch, bro.
Call
Give
me
please.
Double
one patch.
G.
Just give me one
Call 'em
patch.
up.
Give me
Give
one
Fauwkz
patch.
the
Give me
keys.
one.
Give Fauwkz
Glong
the
glong.
Give me one
No,
patch.
I'm right there with you. So
I-
yes,
I'm
to
gonna buy
play,
Young a beer at LAN, bro.
yeah, to play six as well. It's kind of not fun as a tank right now, but that's mostly just because nobody wants to tank. So it's like it kind of sucks.
You don't
in
like
a lot
it?
I'm solo tanking half of my games.
Oh
so
yeah, that's miserable. Yeah,
that's just not fun.
yeah.
But when you actually do get a good quality game, it feels great. Which is to me about for a tank player probably like 1 in 4, 1 in 5 games. It feels good. So it's like I still think there's issues, but I like where the game's headed for sure.
Yeah, I wonder how you can actually fix that. Incentivize more
Soft
tanks
roll
besides just adding more. Because the tank characters are all fun.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done just about as good as they could do to incentivize people.
I
to
like
play
it. Yeah, I don't think they need to really adjust anything besides just keep on adding more characters.
Just keep, that's pretty much it.
100%.
I think this patch was way better than I thought it was gonna be. The Gambit changes mattered more. The Dino changes mattered more. Like I do admit that I was pretty off of my evaluation about just how much they were gonna matter. It's like a lot of little things, but it adds up into like a really nice big picture. And I've been having much more fun games. Yeah, I think it's a good patch. I'll probably give it like an 8.59 overall. I think it's good.
Cyclops abusers. This guy.
I know, this
No,
guy's on cloud nine.
when I get to
I'm having so much fun with the new character.
when I get to play my fucking Cyclops, it's a 10 out of 10 easily. But this is what happens. 3 of my first start of the games, the first time I selected Cyclops, auto-locked him, someone goes, if you don't get off that character, I'm throwing the game. And I say, throw the fucking game, and we lost, okay? Then the second character, my teammate self-bans me after I hover it. And then the third game, the enemy team bans it. And then finally, the fourth game, I get to play him. And it was great. It was fucking great. I won the game easily.
If your character gets banned, I never care.
I used
If
to.
it's Cyclops, I care. It's so much
Wait,
fun.
but
The character's
that's a
great.
good character. You want but you're okay with people first timing
Repackage
characters in your
Elsa and
games,
Phoenix,
Mills?
bro.
No.
It's the
No.
character is so fucking easy. You just shoot at shit. He's easier to play. Any hit
But
scan,
are you
he's
cool?
harder.
No, time out. Are you cool with people first timing characters in your games? Yes or no?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Just-
you're a
ju-
fucking
but
psychopath.
here's the rule though. Don't fucking suck. Don't suck. If you walk out of spawn and you get value, then it's fine. But if you go 0-5, then swap the fuck up. That's an easy rule. That's an easy rule. Like just play the character well. Like that's it.
Nah, if you're in Captain Coach's games, keep running it down.
Okay.
If you're in my
Oh
games-
my god, I knew it. Don't you think this game though would benefit so heavily from some kind of introductory system to teach people actually how to play hero shooters? Because I do feel like that is a big issue
I don't
why
know
the
how you would
game
make that, though,
quality.
you know, like-
The
When-
Pathfinder
when you
program.
click-
Don't we have a Pathfinder
When
thing or
when
something
you're
like that?
selecting cap, there's like a little side panel that says tips. You click it and it's Fauwkz going, if you want to dive, and it's like a little
I don't think,
infographic.
dude. I don't think I'm PR friendly enough on my stream to be their poster.
You gotta watch
so.
Fauwkz
Embrace,
play cap
just they
first.
just
We
gotta
should,
embrace it. They
I
gotta-
let's
kinda
get
let
Nerf-
it fly a little too much, bro.
Get Nerf pool.
Oh yeah, yeah. They
They're
should.
full.
They actually should.
That would be
All
good.
right. Shibby, where can
But
people
Netties, I'll
find
help you in any way you want.
Uh,
Anyway,
let's fucking go.
Hit me up,
I
Oh,
think
go on.
I think tutorials would be cool though. Like you click on a character and it shows a pro player breaking down the character and doing a tutorial. Hey, crazy
Yeah, but they
thought.
pick some bad pro player to do it, right?
I agree. It has to be someone that has
I mean,
personality.
any bad player is gonna be better.
Dude, I had a name. I had a name in mind. I was gonna rip, bro. I had a name. I had a name. I was. No. I'm nice, guys. I'm nice.
This guy's
Now
fucking
Fox gonna go on
toxic,
stream
man.
and say it. He's gonna say, "Oh yeah, so
Well,
this is
we're
the pro
just
player I thought
real,
of." Guys.
bro.
you'd be great on Hulk, so I'll be suppressed emotions.
You're the America's region's truth teller, and you get called toxic. Okay.
No, but you
Hey,
Fox, you have justice.
you
have
know,
justice
you know,
privilege.
speaking the truth is toxic, right? Like, you ever go to a family gathering, you cannot say anything truthful.
Yeah, I called.
Oh,
yeah,
you look
call
so
your
good.
aunt fat all of
Oh,
a sudden.
yeah,
Ah,
exactly.
everybody's mad.
Wait, you're not dead already? Like that? No one's gonna want you back. Like, you gotta lie a little bit. But where can people come to support you, Shibby? Where can people find you? Where can people support you?
yeah. ShibbyMR pretty much on everything. The only one I'm not MR on is Twitter. I guess that's ShibbyCast, but I use that for casting opportunities. Yeah, I post on YouTube twice a week, Wednesdays, Sundays, stream 4 times a week, TikTok. You guys have probably seen me around, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, ShibbyMR on everything, and I'll probably be streaming this week most likely because I missed the opening patch. I missed Friday through Monday. I was on vacation.
Well, let's fucking go. Where'd you go?
I was just local. I went up north, hung out with my girlfriend, and did some nature stuff. It was kind of dope. Sometimes, guys, I'm telling you guys, leaving the world and touching grass and coming back to rank, that's the key to ranking up, guys. I promise.
Why is this guy shaking his
Never.
Well,
It's true. Am I wrong?
No,
Go touch grass.
No.
and then go
Well,
come back to
for
rank.
one, I live in Texas, and leaving my house is fucking miserable because it's hot as shit. And two, I just have really bad allergies, so I just don't leave my house
head?
ever.
You guys just need to be in a bear area. I'm about to be in
Yeah.
Texas on
like it.
Thursday.
Oh yeah. What are you visiting for?
Well, our team house is out there.
Oh, nice.
So
It's gonna
I'll
be
be
it's
back
hot
on
as
team
hell.
house
You're gonna
as
want to
well.
stay inside. Yeah, you're not gonna want to leave the
Team is
house.
complaining about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Just about everybody.
I used to live in Texas. Texas is great state.
No, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of Texas. I love Texas, but not
just
not
there
for
for
like
land.
the 3 months of the summer or 4 months of the summer. so.
Nice.
Yeah, I was in San Antonio for a Rivals LAN. Got to
Oh.
cast that. It was dope.
But there was
The
a
Riverwalk
Rivals
was-
Land in San. You know, I live in San Antonio. I don't even know. I know fucking Rivals Land.
It was collegiate. Maybe that's
Oh,
why.
okay,
They probably
yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
Yeah, but it was dope. Yeah, Riverwalk was cool. A lot of
What
good
was
food
it
there.
for? What was it for? What college?
It was a full conference, NECC. They run the whole collegiate conference. And actually pro players. I got to see like Flame and a couple of the Fisher guys there. There's a couple like pro players that compete collegiate, which is really cool. So that was dope.
Okay. Fauwkz, where can people find you to support you? See your hot takes, roasting other pro players.
It's Fauwkz on everything, just spelled the way it is right here. Only platform I'm not just Fauwkz on is Twitch, where I'm Fauwkz_FPS.
Nice. Fuck yeah. And you also just opened up private coaching. So
Yeah.
Let's hope you get like 1,000 signups, and then
Bro,
you just cannot.
dude,
you
it's
cannot.
actually filling up so fast. I might have to decrease my availability because it is
Yeah,
keeping me too
I'm
busy.
telling you, you need to get on the academy. You need to get on the academy so you can coach a group class instead of a one-on-one. It's way more time efficient.
Team coaching is way more fun than individual coaching. Individual
Yeah.
coaching is so boring.
Yeah, you can't trade your time for money like that. It's just you're gonna run out of time.
It's all right though. I do still enjoy it.
Yeah, nice. All right, guys. Well, thank y'all for coming on. Down below, let us know who had the best and worst take of the pod. And make sure to like and subscribe. And thank these guys for coming on. Make sure to check them out on all socials. And we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
Bye.